finish what we started. Don't wanna cry about it. Let's finish what we started.
How's it going, boys? Hope y'all having a good one. Let's try to see if we can get some 5V5 1v1 duels over on the EU region. Let me first fix the webcam because I'm sure it's going to be... Actually, it wasn't broken this time. Well, no, yes, it was a little broken. It decided for some reason to do auto exposure. That doesn't work super well because then it looks all super... how do I put it? Super... what's the word am I thinking of here? It looks kind of laggy, I guess. Low FPS. It does something with it. I have no idea, to be honest. Anyway, here we are. How y'all doing? Welcome back. EU. Hopefully we'll have some groups ready. I did see Krager on. I don't know if Krager will be on tonight, but like I don't know if he's playing tonight. Hopefully he is, but like we'll find it out, right? We'll find it out all together. I think that's how it's gonna go. Let's see, I'm gonna close this and we'll move this over here. I got a bunch of video projects to work on since the patch is released. And I've been able to get them done, but I'm like, I also feel like I've been so behind, dude. It's been pretty bad. No one joining me yet, sadly, no. All good, all good. We're just getting started, man. It is kind of early in the EU. Is there AWC stuff going on too? Because that sometimes messes with us when we do our games. We'll find out in a second because I haven't really even been on that much, except we're doing some English stuff. Apparently a bunch of classes are OP and been since patch 1205. So play them while they were OP. Hunters were apparently like tanky as hell, literally unkillable. They did like decent damage, but not like insane damage. But apparently they were sacrificing a lot of damage just to take 15% less. Like they sacrificed a bit of the burst with aim shots, but then they just take 15% less damage due to a bug. It's apparently this thing has been on for a very, 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 very long time, and now it's finally coming out. The rats are coming out. It's crazy, dude. Craziness. Alrighty, here we are. Cool. I think we're good. I don't have it too loud. I don't think I did. Johnny boy. Alrighty, let me get another one up and running. Molten Core. Do we even have groups on EU, man? Is anybody even on? Is anybody even playing the patch? That would be the question. Because I haven't really, outside of raiding, I have not got to spend as much time as I wanted to with this patch so far. I was planning to do it tonight, after the raid today. We'll see how things go, though. Let's see if we can get some bodies in here. Hey, Amori, wanna join Duels, friend? Let me see if I can get through these boys in here. Hey, Duels tonight? See if you'll be down. Aura is Aura the PvE friend though? Avant-Garde knows a PvE friend though. That only heals right now. Unless they change their mind. The Smeshka, get in here, bud. How's it going, Dad? What's up, Mike? How you doing, man? Going pretty good, man. Going pretty good. Adele, do you use? I do like to look at Archon for builds and stuff. Yes, it's decent enough. Alrighty. Is Aura or is it Table? Hello, Aura. I'll ask Aura. Hello, Aura. Would you be interested in joining some 5V5 1v1 Duels, friend? Hey, Duels tonight? I don't remember if Ben joins these. Buka Lemon? I haven't seen this guy in a second. Hey, Lemon. Wanna join 5v5 Duels? See if I can get him in here, possibly? Maybe? Okay. Nazmieszka, hello, dude. Zdrowa, Atibim. Zdrowa. Ty grałeś czy nie jeszcze? Try to decide on the gloves I got. Should follow Archon. I'd submit, if anything, if you're ever worried about numbers, I'd sim an item to see what the numbers say. What are they say? Hi, yeah, okay, I toss you, never mind then. Beautiful. А тебе, я тебя могу пригласить на эту группу или добавить на эту группу, если ты не в группе сейчас. Ну, скажи, когда можно, если хочешь играть. Hello, Del. Hello, Kim, working on PvP. Okay. I guess I'll do Blago and I'll write like friend note, no PvP. Add me with a friend and Shadow Priest. Yo, Pensala, get him in here, man. Get him in there. Get him in there, bud. Who else there invite? Crazy Cat Nelly, maybe? Concrum? Lunatics, who is Concra? I don't remember at all. Hey, wait. Did they fix Hunter or is that planned to be fixed for Tuesday? Hey, Nelly, wanna join 5v5 Duels, friend? Because if Nelly's played a Hunter and they still haven't fixed him, he could just run around and just be absolutely just like unkillable. I'd have side gloves. I only have the ones I got. Let me look then. Look if tier gloves are good for war. What spec do you normally play it as? Let me see if I can look it up actually. I'm assuming Fury. A lot of people play Fury. Biskier. Arms. Never mind. Forget about it. We're playing Arms. Biskier. As for tier pieces, it looks like for Arms Warrior best in slot would be oh, actually it looks like I got Void Claw gauntlets. Void Claw gauntlets. Can I see that on Wowhead what Void Claw gauntlets are? Void Claw gauntlets. Haste versatility. Auto attacks have a chance to deal additional shadow damage. It seems like a decent item, but I'd sim. Apparently, early for arms, the gloves are the off-piece, non-tier. Generally, it seems that crit haste is best, but I'd sim those gloves you got against another glove. That shadow damage might be decent enough, but I DK enough about what arms needs personally. There we go. Salam. Hey Dal, new expansion, all my characters poor geared, no time for gaming. All good, Buka. Don't you worry about it, my guy. I do appreciate you getting back to me on that, though. Either way. Crazy cat, okay. Sounds good. Aura. That long time. Okay. So Aura cannot join. Who else do you invite, dude? Gabber? Hawaiian? Does Hawaiian normally duel? Another rogue? It would be a lot of rogues, though. Unless Insane wants to join. Hey, duels tonight? You know what? Maybe we should just invite as many rogues as possible, dude. At this point, like, it doesn't matter, right? I don't think it matters that much. Another rogue, another day, another rogue. Am I right or am I right? Hey, duels tonight? See if Sabo's down because I see him queuing up. Does Shiny want to join? That would be another rogue, dude. Do I just invite another? Is that over? In Russian. Is that over? Dueling? Duels? I'll see if Krager will be down. Yeah, I'm on BG. Wait, I'm on? In the BG? I'm assuming he says he's in the BG. Okay, well I can then ask Shiny. Hey Shiny, wanna join Paradox? Because I need 2 more bodies for this team and then we're good. Is Saya in the team already? Drew team? Getting dual groups up right now. He did ask me earlier if I haven't joined. Let's see. Friend? Wait, what? How the park get created? How do you... Wait, what? What is it supposed to be? I remember how you came... Wait, hold on. Is that a song or something, Guza? Is that supposed to be a song, dude? Because it's auto-translating me. This is what the auto-translator is telling me. I remember how you come up, how the parquet creaked, how did you put it on my desk? A large bouquet of tea roses. This song, brother? Yeah, I don't know the song, dude. I don't know the song. I have no idea what the song is. Honestly, would not have heard about it. Anytime. Okay. Who else can I invite? Loopy Zippy guy. Oh, and he's on. Hey. Rick. Hey. Duels tonight? See if we'll be down. Krager did him back up. Kier. Come on, leveling tonight. Okay. Neat. Nick. Is that always so wouldn't you? New trust me. Okay. No Krager tonight. No Krager tonight, apparently. Unfortunate. But I think we can still make something work. Hey. Duels tonight? Getting groups together right now. I think we probably do want at least one. If we can. If we can get at least one paladin per team, I guess. I don't know how many paladins I got in the other team. Hey, wait, Mark Monk, Tom. Wanna join 5v5 duels? Oh wait, we only need one with insane. I got a lot of rogues on my team, but probably could use like a pally or something, or a mage, or a caster of any kind, really. Is there a tool? As a human paladin? Maybe I can get this guy in here. Rick? Okay. Perfect. We'll get Rick in this team. Rest in hell. Busy. Join later. Sounds good. Invite. I'm ready. I think I'll take Rick. Check for groups in LFG, friend. I'll tell him to go check for groups so you can join team Tama. Okay, I have to pick up Tama. Now I have to pick up Tama. I did ask Tama and he joined. I had to pick him up. Guess what I've built? Rice. Hold on. Is that Rick? Whoever is Rice. Wait, no, that is Nick. Never mind. Plain interior narrow wall. What the hell? What in the world? Share. What did you build? Did it build like some plain interior narrow wall? Did you build like a maze or something? What in the world? I gotta visit. Hold on. Can I go visit Athel's maze real quick? Hold on. So this team is set. The other team will be in LG. I'm gonna go visit Athel. Visit house. Which one is it? Is it the wait, Undergrave Refuge, or it's the Atherman? Okay, it has to be this. I'm not fully finished. I don't care. I am barging in. I'm gonna barge in, Athel. Hold on a second. I'm gonna take a look at this early project you got going on. No. Okay, hold on. I'll just look at the outside of your house. How did that sound? I won't go in just yet. Is this the house? Can I just get a cheeky little sneak peek? Can I just get a cheeky little preview? You got a nice little like porch looking like area here, man. It's really quaint. It's really nice. I don't know why you have like the outhouse here. You know, I put it probably in the back somewhere, right? Kind of you know, I wouldn't put it as decor next to your house. I really like this though. I like that. It looks so lived in. It's in a horde area. Wait, so this isn't even... Okay, hold on. That means I can go to... Never mind. I can go because it's private. But I can go invade the other house. There we go. There we go. I'm going to visit the horde one. You can't stop me. I'm going to get a slight preview. Just a sneak peek. You know what? I'll even switch the screen on the stream so nobody else can see it but me. I just want it for my own eyeballs. It doesn't need to be content. Oh, there you are. Wait, did you remove the house? Did you delete it? Okay, never mind. I'm gonna do this. If Asa does not want to share it with the world, I'm not gonna share it with the world. I'm just gonna get a quick sneak preview. Ooh, okay, I'm not even gonna go that far. I like the thing in the middle for changing the environments. Oh, okay. I got a small preview. I'm already interested, Atho. I'm not gonna go look further. I got the smallest of previews, and that's all I need. It's okay. You can show a fine. No. I'm fine. I'm gonna. You know what? I'll let you cook next week. Next week I'm gonna come back and we're gonna get a good preview of it. Okay, 1 sec. Let's do it like that. Yeah. Next week I'm gonna come back and I'll get a big preview. Alrighty. Well, this team is ready. Johnny, how many bodies do you need, my guy? Where is Rudy? Here we go. Here we are. Beautiful. What's the other team? They are listed under 5v5 1v1 duels. They need 2 bodies. They need 2. So if you want to join them, they got 2. I guess Rick can also join them as well. Was it Johnny that messaged me? It was Johnny. We need 2. Because this team is set, I'm gonna make this vertical lead for this one. We got Tama, we got a bunch of rogues here, we got Pensalo, which is a Shadow Priest. Hopefully, Shadow Priest actually can do something. Shadow Priest don't have it easy at all. Man, I'm on your team. I know you're on my team. Yeah, I know you are. I can make you lead too, because I do have you added on Real ID if ever. Would you care to be the lead sometimes? All you gotta do is just exist, have a pulse, and let me know if the group is ready. Or if you're like, hey, Dal, we're missing a body. Missing 1, missing 2. And then all you gotta do is like invite me, pass me a lead so I can just do my group stuff. Or if you just want to invite friends and fill the groups and, you know, run the groups as a lead, you're more than welcome to as well. I don't really care. Perfect. That's the best. Yeah, that's the easiest part. A lot of the times people are like, oh, I don't know what to do with a lead. It's like, do you have a pulse? Yes. Okay, you're good. That's literally all you need. That's all I was requested of you. I do wonder if anybody's house looks interesting. I'm gonna go running around. Never mind. I was gonna go running around random homes in ASUS neighborhood, but now I don't think I will. Unless, you know what? I do want to actually explore. I don't really go into other people's homes, except for light swords. His neighborhood is awesome looking. Like, people actually put a lot of effort into all the different things that they have, into like their housing, exterior and interior, and it's like super cool to look at it. Super cool to look at all of it. So I kind of want to see if there's anybody out here that has like an interesting looking house and possibly an interesting interior. I feel like on RP rooms in particular, housing is like a massive success, is it not? When they had that one quest, oh, these are private, damn it. When they had that one quest to like, the one quest where you have to go and have at least 5 people in a house together for like the weekly for hero quests. I remember like people doing like open house tours, like people on RP realms just doing an open house tour, and anybody come visit the house to get their quest done, and they're just out there just like greeting everybody in a very role-playish fashion, right? Saying hello, showing people around, telling people about like, you know, what the house has, all those things, like literally properly doing like an open house. And I thought like, man, this is kind of like quaint, this is kind of nice. Like, I like the RP factor of it. None of these are public. Are you kidding me? Okay, Johnny. We need 2 more for Team Johnny. Okay, I guess we're waiting maybe on Rick and whoever else is available to join. There are better neighborhoods than this. So your neighborhood isn't like anything crazy. Well, this guy looks this kind of looks nice. He's got like a wall. I don't think I can go inside, can I? Dude, all of these are private. Man, I just want to look at people's homes. I don't get much of an opportunity to go and actually look at people's houses though. That is a very rare opportunity for me so far. Looks like a lot of people, generally speaking, unless you're in RP realm, most people seem to be kind of shy about it. Trespassing? Are you kidding me? Trespassing over what? Hold on, there's also other good spots. Isn't it roll early? Nah, can wait to roll after game starts. There's one really insanely good spot. Oh yeah, that guy took advantage of it. He made a big old, well, he didn't really do any much on the outside, but at least he was like, all right, let's make a big old tower. I really gotta try messing around with like the whole Blood Elf layout. So far I just have myself like a little orcish hut, and I just put a bunch of Night Elf tents all over it. But yeah. How we doing, Johnny? We still need 2 more. Should I still go through a BNet and just ask around? Yeah, you guys still need 2 more. Who else can I invite then? To help the group up a little bit. Kalel, he's an A. Rannel? And Router, Rick, I messaged Rick. Sleepy, I messaged Sleepy. Espen State, does he do duels? I don't remember anymore. Been a hot second. Carnage? Hey, friend. See if he'll be down for it. Tom is in. And then Martin? Yo, hey. Is Ikari already in? He's in a Shadowpan Monastery. On a Drakthir Hunter. I'm assuming this man was probably cheesing the Drakthir quite a bit, huh? I won't be surprised if he was cheesing it quite a bit. The maze also has a couple of jumping puzzles. Bro, now I want to go look at your maze because the rest of the neighborhood looks kind of plain, man. Everybody else got like a very basic bare bones neighborhood house. You know what I mean? Now I want to go look, dude, the curiosity, because so far I'm kind of bored in this neighborhood. What does this take you? Netherstorm? I mean, I guess I was thinking it would take a Courage, but I guess Netherstorm works too. Wait, so can you control which what's it called? Which what do you call this? Which endeavor you have for your neighborhood? I thought it was on a rotation. Today, hopefully, I can make good videos. All G, friend. All G, all G. No worries. Alrighty, who else could I whisper, man? Who else can I invite? Maybe somebody I missed. Actually, let's go see. I wonder if anybody. I kind of wish there was like a search feature so I could see who plays on Argent Dawn Realm. Wait, if I leave this neighborhood and then I go to like the neighborhood portal. Wait, can I? I don't even have a portal. Wait, I do have a portal neighborhood. Okay, never mind. I do. Apparently, I do. Where's Saya? Saya is on. I don't know if he's in a group or not. I imagine he. Wait, maybe he might not be. He might not be. What is the last time we played? Saya didn't play last week. We didn't actually have any paladins last week at all. But usually we have plenty of paladins every single week, man. They're usually pretty regular, pretty common. Bro, there's like nobody in this neighborhood. Did I just get like the one neighborhood that has like... That's just barren? Is that what I got here? There's like 4 people that live in this neighborhood. Little house here, a little house here. Little house by the water, actually a decent spot. You think anybody actually built... Wait, this guy actually built stuff out. What in the world is that supposed to be? Is that like a wording? Is that like an inn? Oh, it is an inn. INN. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. I don't know what that's supposed to be, but wait a second. It's actually an inn. Hold on. Hold on. Maybe this is actually like... No, never mind. I was hoping maybe this is like an actual good house. It's private. So much for an inn, man. So much for an inn. At least make it public. That inn doesn't even allow customers? Bro, seriously. Actually, what kind of establishment is this? What in the world? I just want to see people's homes, man. I didn't realize people were so cagey. Oh wait, is it maybe because this account technically doesn't have midnight still? Maybe that's why it doesn't let me go see in the houses, like they're automatically private for me. I can see the neighborhoods, but I can't go into a house. Or is that actually just everybody just made those stuff auto-private? It's because they locked the inn? I guess they did, right? Inn's still getting renovated. Yeah, what's the point in the house if only you can see it? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, my house is open for business for anybody, dude. If somebody has me on BNet, you can just go visit my home anytime. I don't really update it that regularly, but you're more than welcome to. Damn it. It just, you know what? It might not... No, wait, no, hold on. I was able to visit ASUS' house, so it's not me then. It can't be me because I saw ASUS' home. And that worked out just fine. Yeah, I have no idea, man. I have no idea. I need to find somebody else that plays on Argent Dawn, because usually RP Realms get like a lot of a lot of good homes. I wonder if I do have anybody that's in Argent Dawn. Wait, I do have one. Taz. Okay, can I go visit home? Here we go. That should be at least the neighborhood on Argent Dawn, and probably is gonna look really nice. One more guys join. Legacy Red Molten Core. Yeah, we have groups. Actually, hold on. Let me post how to even get into groups. I forgot that completely. Results of my queue place. Your house? Check on the map. Or you mean like where you are hanging out for a queue? Especially is another city. Insane is, where are you? So let's just on top of the sword. Is that where you are? Look at this. Immediately you go to RP Realm and there's like, hey, here's a lush house with a bunch of like stuff everywhere. This wooden, this rose, there's a little fountain. Next house right nearby has a big old log. I guess these guys didn't really put up too much. I mean, this guy at least put like all this out here, right? So it looks like there's something here. That looks a little more lived in, right? As soon as you go to RP Realm, you can see stuff in the eye. Are you hanging out in the eyeball, huh? Like, look, even this guy made a little like stone road, and it looks like a restaurant type of thing going on here. Oh, it is a restaurant. Hold on, can I go inside? You can't go inside. I'm getting sick and tired of all these private homes, man. I'm getting sick and tired of, I might just have to start breaking in This guy got a bunch of garbage outside. Still can't go in. Wait, oh, you can't. You can't go in the house. Never mind. Oh, look at this. Finally. Wait, why does it look like a reception as well? Wait, why does this look like a reception? Like, is this an inn as well? Is that what this is supposed to be? I don't even know. Oh, everybody does these secret bookshelves. There's nothing. Oh, there is something behind there. Never mind. There is a little, like, secret room back here. Okay. You know what? I'm moving back. Move them all back. You know what? I need to do it like that. Here we go. You can have it back. More secrets? No, no secrets. Everybody just keeps doing the secret bookshelves just because they're filled with books. It's much easier just to put that up without, like, actually having to go get a real bookshelf. Yeah, look at this. This guy actually has stuff. There's some rocks. But at least it looks, you know, kind of... Oh, I kind of like that. It's like a miniature looking... Oh, it is a miniatures. You see that? Oh, they got a little, like, waterfall. That's what I'm talking about, man. Wait, anything behind here? Cool. Fantastic. Yep. You see what I mean? Like, I actually lived at home. Quite quaint. Quite quaint. Johnny, let me know as soon as you get a fifth bed. I'm just gonna go walking around people's homes for the time being. Unless you... Oh wait, I've already been here. Some houses do look like a maze. Like when it's just human architecture left and right, you just kind of feel maze-like, honestly. I expect the pillars out to have face chained up behind those bookshelves. Yeah, honestly, I feel like it's missed potential. That's a lot of missed potential when people don't do that. Okay, I'm actually gonna try to only go in a house that looks interesting on the outside. If it doesn't look like interesting on the outside, I'm not gonna go inside. That's how I'm gonna do it. Otherwise, I feel like I'd be going into every single one of the homes. And I'm just buying myself some time while waiting for the groups to be up. You know, kind of quaint. I'm interested already. Didn't take a lot, but I'm already interested. What should be locked? Private. God damn it. Watch out, Home Alone. Chaz, Kevin will get you. Bro, that'd be hilarious. Ooh. Ooh. I like that. Look at that. It's like a tree house. Tell me I can go inside. Damn it. Make someone cool and just don't let anybody visit. What in the world? Why? What is the point? What is the point? I swear. Ooh, okay. Okay, no mind. Alright. Like at this point, that's just teasing, dude. That's just an unfair tease. You know what I mean? Like, you make it look cool on the outside, but people can't even go on the outside. You can't even go inside. You can't even do nothing. Yeah, that's creative. Yeah. Fairly creative. But, oh, yeah. What in the world? Why is this room this big? Something back here. Nope, nothing back here. Okay, I'm gonna leave it all screwed up for you. I don't like how big this room is. This is a little intimidating. You know what I mean? Like a little too much. A little too much, honestly. Am I the one who's just peeved by how much attention people put into the bathrooms? The toilets in particular. I feel like anybody that makes homes gives that the most attention. For some reason, it's got to be like a proper porcelain throne every single time. Alrighty, we actually have groups. Groups are actually ready. Espeshka is lead. Let's give us up. Invite spectator match NSMSHK and Johnny Boy 5 Grand 1. Here we are. Feel like this up here, but again, room is way too big. There's just not much. Huh. I know it's supposed to be like a kinky thing, but I'm getting some serial killer vibes. Am I the only one? That house just... Something about it looks wrong, bro. Something about it is a little unnerving. In every way, shape, form. Alrighty, actually I got a group today. Switch. I don't even know how many duels we're at today, but we'll try to see if we can get them up and running. We'll invite when more spots open. Oh, it's open up. Alrighty. Twitch. What do we have? We got ourselves Adobe over for what is this? Blizzard? This is new. I don't remember this being a thing, but apparently there's highlights now. Wait. Can I? Wait, it's not letting me like follow people. Uh-oh. Oh, this is weird. What? Okay, hold on a second. I don't think I can follow people properly. I don't think it's gonna let me. I guess I'll have to do it like this for the time being to try to see if I can get the angles, but my follow function is broken completely. Maybe I can go fix it. Hold on, can I do it like this? I can kind of sort of follow him like this. Oh, this is awkward. I guess this sort of works. We'll do it like this. I'll have to figure out the key binding stuff after this, but it's going to be a clone out for Judy, silence for Pensala, does get CC'd either way. The camera work is going to be a little bit odd because normally I don't have it like do this pivot thing. Normally this is not normally how I do the camera stuff at all. That being said, that's all I can do for the time being because it looks like the snap function kind of broke. Judy tried to see if he could go for some burst. Pensala getting kind of low. Got him some shields. There's going to be more pets for both of them. The Boomkid as well as the Shadow Priest. Trying to see if he can get around the corner. The Star Sword is flying through. It does go for a roar. I'm trying to wrestle with this camera, bro. This is a little tough. I'm having a bit of a struggle. The outlines too are also really, really weird. That is very, very, very incredibly new. Okay, so it can reset, but it doesn't really do the follow function super well. Hold on. Okay, it does it like this now? That's some weird camera angle. What in the world is this? Okay, so it can sort of follow people, but like a camera. Okay, then it breaks. All right, I have no idea, dude. I might just have to freehand it. Because otherwise I feel like I'm just struggling out here. Roots out. Pensala trying to see if he gets some damage going. Judy is not in an amazing spot, but he's trying to see if he can back up out of there for just a moment. Pensala catching up a little bit of healing. Boomy getting some regrowths. It is not healing as much as that of a feral Druid, but he's still trying to keep himself alive. Tentacle slaps. Pensala with a bit of burst. Silence out onto... Oh, no silence yet. Bro, I'm struggling. Should I just like figure this out real quickly? Maybe I just... Key bindings? Is that what it is? Commentator? Damn, hold on. Follow player. Snap to player, maybe? 3, 4, 5? That work? Okay, snap and feature isn't working at all. In fact, it's actually messing with the camera even worse than it was before. Okay, well, I can still do this. Okay, I have no idea what's going on, chat. I'm gonna have to figure this out after. I'm gonna have to figure this out. I may just have to do this kind of cam for the time being, because then at least it follows players, and I'll just follow one player at a time to see, at least to see what's going on. Stun onto Pensala. The Boom can try to see if he can get himself a better angle here, getting some damage going. Silence out, but it doesn't quite get an interrupt onto Pensala at all. Try to see if he can make some of those Star Surges work. Pensala behind the pillar. Try to see if he can maintain his health as best as possible. Got himself the Rift, but I don't really know if he has that much damage to follow up after. Has the silence if he really wants to push something, but it looks like he's just completely on the defensive versus the Booming, trying to see if he can get himself any kind of healing behind the pillar as the trees continue to slap him around. Judy around the pillar yet again. More tentacle slaps out for Pensala, but it doesn't look like he's really able to get a ton of burst, ton of pressure onto Drudy for the time being. He's trying to maintain his health behind the pillar as best as possible, but the passive damage from Boomkin, from all these pets on top of it, everything just continues to collapse on him. Is just not in an amazing spot whatsoever. Does have dispersed at the very least, with Drudy try to find himself a slightly better angle, picking up a bit of healing. And this is bad. I need to figure out what happened. Blizzard might have messed the camera feature completely. I may have to free fly this one, boys. This is going to be awkward on my end completely. I might have to figure something out. I'll see if I can get some kind of a key bind for the next match, but yeah. Torrent out for Pensala. Barsket out for Drudy with an incarnation. Trying to see if he can push in some damage. Void Form out for Pensala. Does get the Void Form going trinkets, but he doesn't have much in terms of a self-heal. Maybe can stand, heal himself for a moment. It's going to be Drudy just continue to put a little bit of pressure. Pensala needs a heal, needs something to escape this. But I think over time, I think the dot and rod damage is just going to be enough to pressure him. Got himself slightest bit of shielding but a one more Moonfire by Drudy is going to be more than enough, with Adaby trying to see if he can get himself a play. Getting the shot, cheap shot to follow, Trinket out for Drudy. Does have himself that smoke bomb, not a real smoke bomb. It's a fake smoke bomb from his Shadow Blades, but it is going to give him a ton of burst overall. It's going to be a disarm for a second for Drudy. Who's going to hit up? I can't even find him. I'm having such a hard time wrestling with this webcam. But it does go for the eviscerate either way. The move can unfortunately just doesn't have enough longevity. Did spend a lot of opportunity, a lot of cooldowns over on the Priest. But to follow up with the Rogue, there's just not much that you can do after. Messiah, immediate stun. No way for Adaby to get himself a reset. Got himself a bit of damage onto Saya. Shield Defense immediately stops him. Stun to follow, just continue to pump out damage. Saya got himself plenty of self-healing. Try to see if he can just keep himself afloat here as best as possible. Horror sub, try to see if he can stay on the move. I think he's just trying to see if he can buy himself time until Hammer of Justice is up. And it looks like it's tracking Hammer of Justice. I don't remember it doing it that well. Does it still track wings though, or can it still not do that? Sap out onto Siam. This is going to be the Rogue continuously back to back with CC. Try to go for a gouge, but it's actually going to be fully DR'd. And because he went for a gouge, that actually broke the sap. And it's going to give Saya at least a proper stun. Blessing and Saints and Saya does not sit in that kidney shot for long whatsoever. The Rogue trying to keep the coup de grace going. Cheap shot lands it onto Saya for just a second. Disarm for a moment. Both the Rogue and Saya are low. Saya still has recovery. The Rogue is incredibly low. Does he have another hit? He does have a quick judgment. It is still not enough. Adaby does get himself a reset. Saya with the regenerating. Sap out for the Rogue. He needs to be very, very careful. If he does go for the gouge into a kidney shot, he will be okay. Cheap shot instead. Stun onto Adaby by Saya. Wake of Ashes immediately dumping the damage into the Rogue. He does have himself a advantage, but still the dots are gonna get him to keel over, unfortunately. And Saya does go for at least a couple of heals, with this question going to be up next. I want to see how good Summer is, because they should be very, very bursty. It's going to be immediate Blessing of Protection out for Saya. Still got a bubble in case he ever needs it. The Splash could try to see if he can escape him as best as possible. Saya on the horse, trying to catch up to him if he can. That's going to be a hodge either way. Does Saya have a go? He does have a go with wings. So let's see, he has wings with Wake of Ashes that proc together by the looks of it. So it's going to give him at least a lot of damage. Now, Zmorka still has every defensive. He's just trying to see if he can stay in there. Cloak of Shadows to follow. Mania and Invasion on top of it. Disarm onto Saya, who's still got a bubble in case he's ever in a tough spot. I think also still has Lay on Hands, but I could be wrong on that. I do wonder if it'll actually catch Lay on Hands cooldown though this time, because normally it has a really, really hard time catching it, or tracking it rather, on cooldowns. Saya does go for the bubble. It looks like maybe, yeah, I think he had to bubble there. I was gonna say maybe he didn't have Lay on Hands, but he would have died if he didn't bubble there. Trinket out for Nazburska. Doesn't look have enough because Saya's locked out actually. If you have any follow-up damage, but he's just gonna get down. Unfortunately, the hammers do go flying through just a little bit too much damage, with Tama just trying to see if he can catch up to him. Quick breath. Saya has a Lay on Hands, but if Tama does not give him a second with a stun, he's just not gonna have an option. Stun, Ray of Frost, blinking away from it. Still more damage onto Saya, holding on to his mana for the time being. Maybe look at a potential Lay on Hands here. Freedom stolen by Tama, not letting Saya go anywhere at all. Big spike, Lay on Hands to try to counter the spike, but Tama still got procs of damage. Alter puts him in a really, really good spot. Saya trying to see if he keeps himself stabilized here a little bit. Stun onto Tama. Tama does break out of it. Immediate Trinket out, actually break out for Saya. Pan the Rachel to follow. Does Tama have enough damage right here? Ray of Frost, I think Saya might just be done. Might be done behind the pillar. He doesn't go behind the pillar. Shield of Vengeance instead. Still has a bit of a wall. Dodging the Meteor last second. Still got himself wings. I don't know if he's going to go for a self-heal with wings. A little bit of self-heal, a little bit of damage. Trauma having to go jump into a block immediately. Nova unfortunately does keep him in play though. For Tama, the question is, I'm just wondering if he's in a good spot here at all, or if it's still Saya's game to win. I think Tama could be in a bit of trouble here. Just a little bit of trouble. Tama does get himself Ray of Frost with Glacial. It's over. It's over. As soon as that Glacial and Ray of Frost goes through it, it is done. Who is up next? Looks like it is going to be Zuko. Looks like it is going to be the DK, but Tama does break out with an Invis. I am wondering if Tama is still running like the minute Invis. He may be running it. He might be. Does get himself at least a little bit of damage. Zuko got himself a AMS at the very, very minimum, so at least he shouldn't take too much damage. Frozen Orb is going to try to maneuver to him. I don't know if Tama can maybe kite Zuko out back into the orb, because that'll be a decent bit of overall damage. The army of undead is in play. Tama may need to be looking at potentially using a block here. Dude, I'm getting my words wrong since I'm having to use more mental to just control the webcam, the camera here, just so I can get the good angles. It is going to be block out for Tama. And he actually breaks out super early, might be in a rough spot. I think it just might be lights for him. Barely alive, throwing whatever procs he's got. Bazooka with the rest of the army left has plenty to continue pressure. And there's just not much that Tama can do. I was thinking he was going to stay in a block for at least a little bit longer, waiting out for the undead army to be completely gone. As Insane tried to see if he could push in some damage. Got himself a drone rush, playing Fadebound still, so he's not switching over to the new Trickster build. I'm wondering how that's going to work out for him if Fadebound is still any good. I know it's really good for BG Blitz still because of the mobility. Curdy is going to be up next though. This is apparently the last deadly version of the Owl the Rogue. So we'll see how Insane plays with it, because it might work out, maybe not. Does go for the undead Rachel to break out of the CC immediately. Curdy takes a lot of damage from the open here. PI is available, trying to go for cast. Does get wholly interrupted, so it gives him opportunity just to go full shadow damage. But his health is going low. Actually, maybe looking for disperse. Insane putting in some actual pressure with 57% dampening. He doesn't really have much of a recovery. The Rift However is in play. Silencer follow him. Trying to go for a knockdown. Doesn't quite connect. Looking for an execute. Is it enough there? It looks like it is enough to land the kill for the both of them. And the two do go down with Saya picking up 2. Insane picking up 2. Actually, Insane landing the kill. It was a cross kill between the two. Never mind. Well done. I didn't realize, actually. That's pretty good, huh? Alrighty. Well, with that, boys, let's get us another one going, yeah? Uno más. And Johnny, as well as Nispershka, let me know when you guys are good to go. Midnight Duels 199, maybe? Okay, looks like it's 199. I do want to see if I can I? Where are the key bindings? Key bindings. Commentator. Is there like a new one that I need to like snap to people? Toggle smart camera. Lock smart camera. Stop following track and player. Stop following track and player. Lock smart camera. Cycle transition speed. Decrease camera speed. Is it maybe lock smart camera that I gotta do? I'm gonna add an extra key bind to it. See if that does it. Toggle smooth follow transitions. Snap to follow. Oh, snap to follow has a this? Okay, I'll place it as this. Okay. Here we go. Ready? Ready? Okay, we'll send you guys into another one. Invite spectator match Johnny Boy in this mesh 5 Tolveron. I guess we'll do Tolveron. This next match, I'm gonna try messing around and fidangling with like key bindings and stuff to make sure that I get like the camera stop working. So that's gonna be the first thing I'll be doing off the bat. Which. Okay, so is this gonna be snap follow? Because I wanted to like follow players. It's not really doing a good job of locking to players though. What it actually does instead is it messes with the movement. Snap to player. Track player in team 1 maybe. Okay. Oh, Okana is doing it. But it's doing it in like a weird way where it doesn't like let the camera operate smoothly. It kind of works, but the movement I have to do with the keyboard. So it doesn't use the mouse for movement anymore. You see that? It's really weird. Because normally I hold right click and then I just gotta let her do its thing. So at least this way it is following them. This might be the way I have to do it actually. And it's gonna be team 1, team 2, team 3. Hold on a second, team 4. Okay, this might be the way I have to do this though. This might be the way I have to do this. Oh, this is gonna be weird. Oh, this camera view is really weird, but I guess I'll just have to do it. Judy, try. Oh my god, I kind of hate how it's doing this following thing. I kind of hate how it's doing this following thing. How it's like moving the camera with it. Oh, I really dislike that. Yeah, this is so odd. I guess I'll just have to do it. Tom, I'm gonna be first up versus Judy, dude. I'm having to wrestle The camera here is so hard right now. It's actually puts it in a rough spot. Drudy trying to see if he can get himself a bit of a reset behind the pillar. Tama chasing after him. I'll try to do the best that I can with angles, but this may feel like some weird fisheye lens effect. I'll try my very best, but Blizzard broke something with the follow feature. They totally did break it this week. I might just have to go normal free flowing camera just so I can have better control of this. Tama trying to see if he can land a stun over onto Drudy. Got himself lances from behind the pillar. Drudy got at least a little bit of damage. I hate how it snaps this way, but this is literally the only way I can actually get it to follow players, because other follow features are not working super well. I hate this so much. I really hate this. Oh man. Thomas set it down for food. Drudy catches himself a reset for just a second. Got himself at least a couple of trees going. Trying to get himself a better angle versus Tama. I hate how I'm having to like push the cam at the same time as you're moving, because it's just tracking you, like following you perfectly. Wait, is it gonna disable Tama? Yeah, it is. I hate how that smooth it is. Oh man. So far, Drudy is going for a bit of a slower play here. Tama also not really pushing in super aggressively, except for this blink right here with a breath. Ring of Frost to follow. For Drudy, that is going to be a full stun. No trinket available. I think maybe that's what Tama was trying to do. Buy himself as much time. Frozen Orb. Ray, I was thinking it was going to go for Frozen Orb off of that stun insta. But it looks like he didn't want to. He wanted to make sure that none of the CC broke at all. Does get himself another Ray of Frost. Unfortunately, it is going to be a tether that breaks due to distance. And Trauma tried to see if he could push in for a better angle, if at all possible. Got himself lances, got himself shatters, paying the ratio for just a second. But Drudy got himself incarnation with a decent little burst to follow. Root for a second. It's going to be more damage. Ultra for a moment. Trauma does have himself a quick invis just to get himself some healing. And I'm not sure why my UI is popping up now. I'm gonna do a quick reload, bro. This is so rough. This is rough, man. Might have to do is possibly just unlock it. Oh, this actually feels better, doesn't it? This actually feels better. I might just have to do it like that, chat. I might just have to do it, but the hand is gonna be shattered by Tama, and nothing that Drudy can do in that kind of a situation. Is it gonna be Pensala? No, it's gonna be Curdy. I need to stop doing this. It's gonna be Curdy up next, trying to see if he can get himself anything going. Where is Tama? I do like how I can see at least like highlights, but it looks like I can only see highlights for one team. Unless I like follow Curdy. Maybe I need to hit another keybind. No, it looks like I just see highlights for just one of the teams. So I guess if Curdy's over behind the pillar, we'll be able to see exactly where it's at. I guess I'll just trail after Tama. Curdy got himself at least a little bit of that range. If Tama ever blinks in for a breath, that is going to give him a proper go. As long as Curdy can play around and get himself maybe a good fade, Silence is going to get a nice setup versus Tama is trying to see if he can back up out of the tentacle slams are connecting. Got himself a bit of that passive damage. Frozen Orb together with a full burst. Actually, as long as Curdy doesn't have a silence, there really isn't much he can do to stop Tama's burst. Stealing that PI, got himself a big glacial is going to go for a block. It's Curdy taking a decent bit of damage. Tama got himself a couple of shadows from behind the pillar. The rift is going to connect for just a moment, and Tama looks like possibly trying to get himself a better angle. There goes another ray. Fade for just a second, but Curdy may just die. It's going to be still more hands of Frost chasing after him off of that ray. And for Tama, he's just going to get himself a freebie pet. Knockdown, Fury to follow. If Tama breaks out of the CC, breath, stun. Curdy has a trinket for it. Never mind. He's actually going to trinket just to land a silence for Tama. This is still an opportunity. As long as Curdy, if he can get himself a fade, he should be able to avoid getting himself frozen. It's going to be a little bit of a fade. I think a fade came out really early. So if Tama goes in for a stun, he may not even need it. Just going for shatters. Unfortunately, Lemon is taking a bit of damage from the side of the pillar. It's going to be a quick interrupt. And Curdy, I think, maybe done for the count. After the block, I think Tama just had himself a breakaway. Last shatter is going to be plenty with Lemon trying to see if he can get himself a proper go. Immediately wipes out Tama in literally a blink of an eye, with Pensala going to be up next into a full rift. Got himself at least a little bit of a tether, a little bit of that channel. As long as Lemon is okay, he shouldn't take too much damage. Got himself self-healing. This is actually, I forgot, patch 5 is where Devourers actually got self-heals. 30% of your health over like a couple of seconds, and you have 2 charges every like, what, 30 seconds every minute? But it's actually a decent bit of healing. Fade for the second. Meta is out. He's trying to see if he can burst him down. A quick stun. Big burst to follow. He's got himself the damage. And Pensala has to go for this burst. That is a ton of burst out by the Demon Hunter. He's got the best that he can at least maybe build some resources off of. That metamorphosis was incredibly short-lived. Landing a quick shadow interrupt. Does Lemon have enough damage to follow? Because Meta is where he does the most amount of output. Try to see if he can use maneuverability to just stay on top of Betzala as best as possible. Got himself a Rift, but he's not really committing too much damage with that Rift. Just gotta let Lemon take some damage from afar. Lemon still got Blur. He's still got a lot of defenses to work with. Off of the Ivy, Betzala just trying to avoid him as best as possible. Is gonna try to see if he can get some damage going himself. Got pets. He's got at least a little bit of output. Whatever recovery you got with a Desperate Pair, that's going to be at least a little bit helpful. He does have a Fear. Could follow up with maybe a Fear. Does get Juke on the kick. This could be for Betzala an opportunity to catch up. Flash Heal is letting him recover just a little bit of health. But at some point, Lemon is going to have the cooldowns in order to go for another meta, isn't he? Full I-Beam. That is going to deal a decent bit of damage. He's got at least some shadow damage following back to Lemon, who isn't really under too much pressure, but he's not quite shoo-in to win. Got himself a charge. If you can get an interrupt, juking out that kick completely. Does Lemon have continuous burst? If you got anything to follow up, the Reap with a consumption does do enough. With Adaby gonna be up next. I am wondering how Devourer deals with a Rogue. Because they still die in a stun. Because you got a Trinket. Meta immediately. Does he just go for burst? Stun on Adaby. Predator's way gonna do a bit of damage. Adaby actually just takes the damage. Natty disarm for a second. He doesn't care. He still got damage. Oh my god, he just wiped out the Rogue in a blink of an eye. Oh my god. The Rogue didn't even stand a chance. Oh, I don't think he even realized what was going on. Oh my god, dots are up by this Bershka. He's playing Assassination this time. Lemon, I don't know if he's got heals. It's a full dots. It's a full dead. Oh my god, that was so good. That was so good. What in the world? Okay, well, Zuka is going to be up next. Dropping down Death and Decays, but Naspershka ain't going to be anywhere near him. He just spent every single cooldown into the last guy to make sure he doesn't get even a chance. Deathmark Kingsbane, everything. Man, yeah, Zuka is kind of on edge a little bit. He's like, yo, this rogue coming out of nowhere, man. 322,000 burst? Crit? Is that what he did? That's like your entire health bar, pretty much. That is insane. Gouge, or Garrode for a second. Cheap shot. Especially just trying to see if he can get some damage. Get a shot over onto Zuko, who got himself IBF. The Army of the Dead is in play. Unfortunately, doesn't go for the grip onto the Smurshka. Definitely want to get a grip on a Chain of Ice to make sure that those pets stay on him the entire time. At the very least, Chain of Ice, so you can't outrun the pets. That is going to be vanished out of the move. Zuko did blow a Trinket and an IBF though. So he's actually in a bit of a rough spot. Riga Road by the Rogue, looking to get those dots in. Death Pack does come through passively. He still got himself a big Kingsbane. Just needs a little bit more damage, just a little bit more, and does get him low enough. Those bleeds are enough to take him down. What's up, Jake? How you doing, my man? Holy, the solid killing is so good, but not stun locked. Yeah, for you, Johnny? Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine. Who's up last? It's going to be Saya. Jake, my webcam, not webcam, but the cam work for the spectator stuff, the duels, is a little bugged this week. The best I can do is get this angle, but I can't control it with the camera super well. I can only use the keyboard to control it. So you get this like weird like tracking feature, which is super awkward and it's super slow. So I'm having to like manually do this. The other normal follow-up functions, it looks like Blizzard broke them this week. Some way, somehow, they broke it. I have no idea what they did. AWC came around. Outlaw Rogues were everywhere. I guess Outlaw Rogues got too many between the eyes. The bullets went flying throughout the Blizzard studios. It just might have clipped a couple of cables here and there. It's like a cinematic shot of playing a racing game. Pretty much, yeah. It is so weird, especially if somebody's up close. Because it's tracking, like, if you watch carefully, like, it's just bobbing up and down on the mount. It's tracking those little movements. I'm not somebody who has any kind of like motion sickness, but it's giving me slight motion sickness. Not gonna lie. I think it's just a constant like movement on the screen. The shaky little movements. Because it's way too accurate, man. It's not even like somewhat tracking, it's like accurately pixel tracking. Cheap shot. Nesbershka got himself full burst. Kingsbane doesn't have a trinket, unfortunately. It's going to be an opportunity for Side to have himself full go. Nesbershka does not have a Cloak of Shadows, does go for a kidney. Evasion, he doesn't go for Deathmark. I feel like at this point, just send the Deathmark in the guy. DFA, unfortunately, that is not going to be enough. At this point, just Deathmark him. You're going to die most likely. Try to see if he can get away. Is it enough? He barely has any health. Dawnlight, it looks like it doesn't continue burning through him. Does pick up a Restyles, actually. It looks like Nesbershka might have gotten out of there almost scot-free. Gouge it, getting some dots in. Unfortunately, Saya does get one little cleave in. Insane if you get himself a quick interrupt on the Saya. Doesn't quite get an interrupt. But do you go for the... No, he's still fate bound. He's still the coin rogue build. Unfortunately, with the Blessing of Protection, Insane, all you can do is try to see if you can outrun him. Got yourself grapple, so at least you got mobility. Vanish to follow with Cloak, that's a lot of cooldowns committed. Silence still has a bubble, and now Insane does not have an immunity. Only thing he can do at this point is try to see if he can randomly burst down Saya. The eye! What in the world? I feel like the eye, the pickup was immediate. Normally there's like a slight delay when you pick up the eye, but it looks like maybe Blizzard has changed that recently. Blind to follow as Saya looks like he's got himself decent pressure onto Insane. He just got to get some dots in here, it'll be good. I did the hard boss at 250 Brewmaster, Insane work. I saw, dude, the amount of crests you got out of it. It's kind of wild. 30 mythic, 60 hero track. It's crazy. You basically got 6 upgrades if you have like a character that's like heroed out already, which I think in most cases most people would. Saya still got a bubble. Insane trying not to get himself out of this duel. He's still trying to see if he can hang in somehow, some way. But unless he's got cooldowns or reset for cooldowns, I don't think there's much you can do. Yeah, fighting Saya mono a mono just does not work. The Paladin is way too strong for you, unfortunately. Lemon picking up 3 with fatty burst, by the way. I need to see that again. I need to see the burst again. Alrighty, let me leave this house, dude. I've been stuck in this maze of a house. Let me go somewhere else. But let's also get another group going, boys, yeah? Uno mas, uno mas. I like how he keeps putting it back in the house, too. The Spanish Cut, let me know if your team is good or if you need more bodies, and we'll send another one. Here we go. Okay, so that didn't work super well, the snap feature. Normally I do like a follow player. I'm just gonna switch it back to follow player, but it looks like the follow part doesn't work anymore. If it doesn't work, then I'll just have to freehand it, because track player is a little too rough. Snap also doesn't work. We tried that earlier. Back of transition speed. Toggle smooth transitions. Camera collision. Okay, I think I got it working, more or less. We're good? We're good. Invite... Johnny, Boy, and Lesmeshka. 5. The hook point. I tried to post for the first time, got 2200 score. I'll go for 3400 for the old mounts. Yeah, do it, man, do it. I think it'd be super fun. Pally isn't in a bad state right now, so you could definitely have some fun with it. Keystone myth mounts. Wait, they actually pushed mythic keystone mounts so far? Yeah, let's go. They did it, and apparently there's a bunch of them too. There's a blue, purple, yellow, and like a green shredder tank. There's a Cerulean Deathwalker, purple mech. So they did get some new mounts in there, which is pretty neat. I like that. And then all the other seasonal mounts, and even BFA one too. Let's go, dude. That's awesome. I'm glad that they did that. I'm gonna get myself a new mount, man. Probably gonna go for like the purple tank one, mech one. That thing looks sick. I don't know why I like this song so much. Switch. Okay, so does this work? Okay, no, this is what happens. When I press the button to track somebody, it reverses the camera for some reason. It like messes with the camera. So we just have to do it like this. Yeah, I can't really do much. Look, if I'm going left and I press 2 to target Saya, it doesn't do it. It just like reverses it instead. It does it for all of them. Yeah, it just does it for all of them. So we just have to do it natty. Lemonade gonna be first up. I like the name Lemonade, by the way. I like the name Lemonade, but he's not attacking Pencil immediately. He's actually going to take his sweet time. I think he's trying to see if he can get Pencil out in the open. For Lemonade, he may have to take it a little slow until he can get some resources. Pencil, yeah, I don't think Pencil wants to be out there. Does get some technical slaps, at least some dots exchange. Does summon up more pets. If you can get more of them, that'd be great. Opener by Lemonade. Try to see if he can put some pressure. Pencil is starting to take a bit of pressure. And it's sitting about half his health. Question is, does Lemon commit? Does go in for the big charge with the hunt? Landing a quick on Shadow. Does he have Metamorphosis? Has the Eye Beam at the very least. He's building up some damage. Pencil trying to go for a bit of defense. Trying not to give up a disperse just yet. If Lemonade can land a kick on Shadow, he's just going to try to see if he can burst down these pets if possible. But if he can land a kick on Shadow, he's gonna lock up Pensla, might just be able to burst him in full meta. There goes the full meta. He's gonna have to do something. Stun right after. Full burst to follow isn't enough. Tricking out for Pensla. Just burst last second as they are 2 health. And it's going to be a leap by the Demon Hunter, trying to see if he can get himself an angle. He just got to make sure he's right on top of the target. Into a fear, trinkets out of it, Reaps to follow. He got himself instant cast, trying to see if he can stay on top of him. Does end up landing this Reaps with consumes. Unfortunately, gave up a trinket with possibly, yep, it's a rogue up next. Adaby tried to see if he can get himself a bit of a rematch here. Smoke bomb down, insta on the burst. I don't think Lemonade has any way. Wait, he's healing. He's recovering health, backflipping out of there. Does he have any more mobility? He needs another heal, something, anything. Man does unfortunately go down. He's got big burst, but as soon as you give up a trinket, especially against a rogue, there's just not much you can do. With Gertie catching a quick bit of rip down onto Adaby, so should be able to at least get himself some damage on him. Bare minimum. Try to see if he can get an angle. That pet is going to keep the rogue in combat just a little longer. It's doing very, very little damage by the looks of it. It's doing some, but like... He's doing damage, I guess. Sort of damage. Flash is out for Curdy. Adaby got full damage as well. Curdy with the PI, cheap shot to follow. Curdy might be in a bit of trouble. Knocked down for just a second. Does Adaby going for another stun? Vanish to follow. The Rift unfortunately still chasing. So if Curdy's actually very, very careful, that Rift is going to do a decent bit of damage. Keeping Adaby in combat. I am a little sad how much explosion damage that Rift does. It looked like the Rift, you were able to cook him up for a ton of bursts, but this has really neutered it. I really don't like it. I think maybe they offset a lot of the Rift damage to like, oh, let's buff Shadow Priest, but there's the Rift. I think for PvP, having a good Rift was kind of nuts. Kind of good. Especially if you could really build one up. Kidney shot onto Curdy. He's going to go for the eyes. I think Adaby just buying himself time. He's got Shadow Blades very, very soon. And Curdy does not have Disperse and does not have a Trinket, so he's going to be under a ton of pressure. For Adaby, I think it's a shoe-in unless Curdy can find a way to break past the rogue. Using a fear and timing it correctly, as well as a fade, is going to be of utmost importance. I don't know if Curdy can possibly catch the rogue and maybe going for full burst, maybe VE on top of that void form. Maybe. Gouge, unfortunately, Adaby with way too many sabs. Gouge has completed the yard, gives Curdy at least an opportunity. Mind games to follow, does us a burst. There goes a full smoke bomb. There goes a full Shadow Blades. Biggest burst out for Adaby. Just chopping up Curdy. Does get to fade one of the cheap shots. Isn't going to be enough though. Try to see if he can keep the pressure, but it looks like the coup de grace out of Adaby is going to be more than enough. Subtle to rogue with burst. Have only gotten deadlier with 1205. With a full movement out for Zuko, try to see if he catches the rogue. Unfortunately, the dots do not stick, and Adaby does get himself a clean reset. What is the range of that sab, by the way? Is that normal? It's got some range to it. Hold on, what talent does that? I thought there was a talent in Outlaw spec that gave you a little bit of range, but maybe I'm wrong with that. Cheap shots. Got himself the coup de grace, dude. As soon as you see it go up, it hurts. And Adaby still got a dance charge in case he needs to evasion, so at least he's got a way to deal with the physical damage. He's got to make sure he's facing the army of undead as well as Zuko. Don't turn your back to them. And looks like Zuko is under a ton of pressure. This man is struggling. The rogue is chopping right through him. It looks like for one reason or another, when you play a Death Knight, like rogues slice through them like butter. Like it's nothing. But a paladin or a warrior, their armor versus a rogue, they actually can withstand quite a few hits. But a Death Knight, as soon as a rogue gets that coup de grace, the big chop, chop, chop going, it's over. It's just absolutely over. Adaby trying to see if he can get himself an angle, does get himself a quick sap onto Saya. And this is where Adaby, waiting for the Shadow Blades. He's got Cloak. Kidney, no Blades. Is he just going to go Cloak, Blades, everything? Because he knows there's going to be a big burst out for Saya. No, he's just going to have a go without Blades this time. Will he have enough to survive? Technically, Cloak and Vanish so you can get himself a clean escape. Unfortunately, didn't get any cooldowns out for Saya. And unfortunately, I think Saya potentially might just be able to take him. Yeah, that is rough. That is rough. I actually feel like it might have been maybe a little bit safer just to go with the Cloak. Wait until Shadow Blades is up and then go in there. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Blind Rush by Insane. Is he still a coin flip rogue or is he Trickster? Because Outlaw rogues have been swapping to Trickster recently. Apparently, no, he is a coin flip rogue. He's gonna have some consistent damage, lots of resources, great sustain, but may not have the craziest burst. He's gonna go, what is this rocket that keeps pulling out of nowhere? Is he firing rockets over at Saya? Try to see if he can do some damage. Saya unfortunately does have plenty of survivability. Cloak shadows by the rogue. Saya's starting to take a decent bit of damage though. That sustain is really starting to rack up little by little. Saya got himself self-heals, but it looks like it's not enough to stabilize at 27% dampening. And Insane just needs a little bit more. Cheap shot does lock down Saya, but seeing the lay on hands, he's going to go for a reset. Does he have mobility? Try to see if he can outrun the fate With the double grapple, look at the juke outside. Doesn't quite go through. Into a kidney shot. It is very, very hard. Insane needs it out. Oh, with a shrink, and Sai is like, you know what? I'm gonna finish off another rogue. I'm gonna send it. I have a bubble. I have a bop. I still have cooldowns. Insane, unfortunately, doesn't have much to work with. Gouge, but he's just out, man. He's just out. Once the Dawn Light attaches itself to you, it's over. This Bershka, however, is going to be up next. As long as Sai doesn't find himself below 10% health, he should be okay. Like, as long as he's not below 10%, Full King's Bane is going to be a blessing of protection. He doesn't want to find himself too low. Might be a bubble on the next death mark, isn't it? Yeah, Sai is probably going to send those cooldowns very, very early. So I'm wondering for the Smirchka if he could just go in, get dots on the Saya, death mark, and then run away behind the pillar, and Saya will probably immediately bubble because, wait, death mark? I better send it. You know what I mean? Because it looks like he's really sending those cooldowns super, super early. Picked up the ice. The rogue does not get an opener. Does go for a trinket garrode. The rogue tried to reestablish the dots. Cheap shot. Full death mark. Saya tried to hold on to a bubble. Chill the minutes. Maybe enough. Kidney shot. As long as the Smirchka has some decent burst. Big and Venom off of the DFA. But it looks like Saya just doesn't really feel the pressure on his health. He didn't have to use a bubble there. He's still not quite in a great spot. Not quite in a great shape. But he's mostly okay. He's completely spent on mana. Blessing a Saint. The Smirchka with the Cloak of Shadows. Hold on a second. If the Smirchka can pick up some bleeds, Saya's taking some damage. No mana. He's going to have to bubble at some point. The Smirchka, I don't really know what you can follow up with. Blind for just a second. Maybe this gives you a kidney shot. Got some calm points. Dots are in. Saya with a full make of bashes. Is going to go for damage. Is he going to go for a self-kill? He's going to go for a bubble just to make sure he can end this rogue right here, right now. Invasion cheat down by the rogue. There just isn't much he can do. Try to see if he can run out of it. Maybe he can get himself just a little bit more help. But unfortunately, one more hammer crashes it in and not much he can do about it. Saya right now is just left with nothing. Trauma goes in with a full stun. Yeah, I think it's over. Yep. Frostbolt with a rare frost. Is that enough? Probably enough. Not enough. Looks like Shield of Vengeance for Saya does follow through. Still drops down a big Comet Storm with a Meteor. Yet another rare frost to follow. It is doing damage, but Saya looks like he picked up just enough mana to maintain himself. He's got just enough mana to live the full burst. So it looks like Tom is going to have himself another go here. He will need a bunch of shatters in order to continue the pressure. Saya looking to play it slow and steady to recover as much mana as humanly possible. But it looks like Blizzard's down. I don't really know if Tama could do anything to follow up here. Wait, hold on. Wait, Frozen Orb does move. Wait, I thought the Frozen Orb movement thing was part of the Spellslinger, but apparently it's just baseline? Interesting. I thought that was a Spellslinger exclusive thing. Never mind. Glacial Spike. I don't think Tama has enough burst to follow. He does have procs. He does have those Frostfire bolts. But unless he can get himself full Ray of Frost combo, he's going to be in a bit of trouble. And Saya, look at his health, dude. Just a little bit of time away from Tama. He's been able to stabilize. He's been on low mana this entire time versus Tama. Was able to do a bit of recovery, especially during all that burst that Tama had. Poly, maybe this gives Tama a proper opportunity. Frozen Orb moves. Yes, it does move. No, it does move. It does travel. So it's very similar to like the Warrior Ravager, right? That used to be very static, but now it does move. So they changed that for Mage. I thought it was a Spellslinger exclusive Frost Mage thing because they need the orb as part of the like kit, right? Spellslinger has some direct benefits from it. I thought it was for that, but it looks like you just baseline now. Yeah, because I mean Tama is Frostfire. You drop down a Meteor, and you can't do that as a Spellslinger. So then it has to be baseline. They've actually, in fact, made a bunch of things baseline, like Monk's Mistweavers, being able to cast, heal while on the move. That is also baseline. Tama just trying to see if he can spell steal every buff from Saya, trying to see if he can yoink everything from him. Does Tama have a big go? Spike is going to be available. Procs to follow. Saya is going to take a lot of damage. Meteor coming down to follow right after. It's going to be a Frozen Orb together with the Ray of Frost. It's going to be lots of outputs, lots of damage. Saya, if you can get him, so if you can get Saya frozen, that's going to be a big storm coming down. Comet Storm flies in with a Meteor. Saya has no health whatsoever. Trying to see if he can stay alive. Toma does get out of the blink with another Ray of Frost. Slamming damage back to back at the hands of Frost. Do connect. And Drudy is going to be up next. Trying to see if he can get himself a proper go here, if at all possible. But it is going to be Tama looking to bring himself back behind the pillar. He does have wall. He does have quite a lot of cooldowns here. Breath to follow. There's going to be a immediate trinket out of the Druid. So for Tama, there's an opportunity. Now he can go for a stun, but he's going to block. That is full damage on Drudy. That's actually probably a good move for Tama. Drudy does still pressure. He does have damage. That is something he can utilize right here, right now in this duel. It is something that I think is going to help him drastically. It's going to be a fresh new pet. I hate how the pets are getting attacked by Tama. He's going to be annoying to have to resummon it. But that thing has like no health whatsoever. And with those other pets just randomly attacking it too, like with Dryads, it's more than enough. Tama just bleeding out little by little, blinking. Try to see if he can spell steal all the hearts away from Drudy. Still got Ultra, so he should be mostly okay. He's going to be able to reposition back there. As long as Drudy doesn't get himself a big setup, he's all good. He does have to land a breath on him. It's going to be a stun opener by Tama. By Drudy, actually. Tama does not have any more blocks. He's got no health whatsoever. He's got no shields. He actually might be in trouble. I think maybe Drudy just takes it. Unfortunately for Tama, unless he can get himself a heal. And yeah, Drudy does have to pick it up that one. 3 for Adamu, by the way. Sub-rogues are deadly. And then Saya also picked up 3. Saya lives for so long, man. Crazy. Baseline moves. The stand one is still PvP talent. I think it is, yeah. I think you're right. Yeah, I do wonder if they'll do a bit of a refresher for PvP talents, because I feel like some of these probably could do a bit of a, a redo, a bit of an update. Let's get us another one going, boys. Yeah. Una más. I definitely want to see some more Devourer Demon Hunter, but I feel like as long as we have rogues here, the Devourer burst is going to be a little bit hard to pull off. Nasroshka, let me know when you're good. Johnny needs a second. Go for it, my guy. Go for it. Take your time. I'm gonna go back to Orgrimmar. Because hanging out in neighborhoods is fun, but I am gonna go back to Orgrimmar, I think. We're used to it. Nasroshka is ready. Beautiful. And if you guys need more bodies, let me know. We'll open up the group, or I can join in, or we'll let the homies know that, hey, we got a spot. Trying to find where the portal is. This is not going to take me to Stormwind, is it? Because this is normally a portal to Stormwind, but I'm not a Void Elf. I am definitely a Blood Elf. Oh no, it does take it to Orgrimmar. That'd be hilarious if they were just like, oh, okay, no, you go to Stormwind. You're in Stormwind neighborhoods. You're in Stormwind now. Welcome to Stormwind. Start killing people off at the gates at the portal. Let's see. Let's do a Dalaran sewers, I guess. I feel like now I need to be thinking about the arenas that we do. I need to be thinking about like camera angles for them. Like I need an arena with a good camera angle, like a correct one. You know what I mean? That's what I need now. Alrighty. Let's see if we can get ourselves another one up and running, boys. I think I saved that one, right? Pretty sure I did. I have a 280 Frost Mage and never touched. Bro, you gotta play that thing. Frost Mages are pretty good so far, huh? I do wonder how the meta is gonna be shifted up with all the class changes. Can you pick an arena with fewer pillars? I play besides Rogue, man. Okay, which arena would you want, Curdy? Because if you tell me which one you want, I will run it. The only one I can think of is Lordaeron. If you want to do Lordaeron next, we can do Lordaeron. Yeah. I just normally go to Dalaran Sewer just because I like it. It's a cool arena. It's a preference of mine. But yeah, we can do another. I'm cool with that. Alrighty, we got ourselves, looks like Curdy gonna be first up. I'm guessing it's Curdy. It's kind of hard to tell who's who. He's like, yo, who's out here, dude? This is gonna be first one up. And Insane is just out there like, yeah, ain't me. Yeah, ain't me. Adaby, a bit of a rematch between Curdy and Adaby, immediately disperses the Rogue's Burst. Trying to make sure he has that disperse to counter the Shadow Blades every time. That may have to be the play. That may have to be the best way for Curdy to win this. Because now, anytime Adaby got burst, you got to disperse, so you don't have to worry about trinketing it whatsoever. Adaby still has Shadow Blades for just a little bit longer, but a lot of the smoke bomb damage, it is still hurting, but it's not nearly as aggressively. Curdy's still trying to see if he can do anything to survive. Does go for the trinket off of that stun. Got a bit of burst versus Adaby. Adaby no longer has a trinket too, by the way, so Adaby could be under a lot of trouble. Curdy does have a rope just moseying over there slowly but surely with a bit of the Void Bolt still connecting with Adaby. A couple of those images too also connecting as well. Unless you can get an angle. I hate how you have a pet, but that pet just won't even chase Adaby. Uh-oh. I lagged there for a second, I'm pretty sure. But I think we're good. Fear down onto Adaby. Does go for trick kid shot into Curdy. Does Adaby have enough? Because Curdy here maybe could do something. Faded it, but it's going to be cheap shot. Unfortunately, the Shadow Priest did the best they could. I actually think they played it really well. Disperse to counter. Shadow Blades, landing a trinket until he needed it. Damn. It is rough. Unless you get 8 more rolls and you play a rogue. And play it out the rogue with roll the bones, right? You gotta play more. You know what? You just gotta get all your bad rolls out of the way pretty. Like, do like slash roll a couple of times before you enter the arena to get your bad rolls out of the way, so you can only roll good. So you can only roll good. Stun on the Adabeam. Saya is just gonna have to go for that stun lock combo. Let the Dawnlight and the Templar's Verdicts do a lot of the damage. Adabeam with an evasion. Try to see if he can stay on top of Saya as best as possible. Got himself at least a little bit of defense, but as the blades his belt, he's just trying to see if he can get himself a bit of reset behind the pillar. He may just be able to get himself a proper go. If he got himself a kidney shot versus Saya, he might be able to make something work. Blind looks like he's just gonna go for a reset. He's got cooldowns, at least offensively, but I don't know if he's got much defensively. Saya may have to go for a bit of a mount up as well. He's got himself plenty of self-heal, so he's going to be able to do a lot of recovery. And Adam, it looks like he's just going to back up out of the completely. He's just bailing all the way. With Saya forced to change that to him, Adam is going to have to be very, very careful. But now he's secured himself a Cloak of Shadows at the very least. So as long as he gives himself a proper stun, unfortunately, the art still goes through. Adam is going to have to immediately vanish in order to stabilize. May have to go for a Cloak of Shadows insta. Smoke Bomb. Shadow Blades. Unfortunately, Blessing is taken out for Saya, so you don't sit him in that stun for too long. Cloak of Shadows is up for Adaby. This is his chance to maybe make some kind of damage happen with a Cloak of Shadows. This is your only opportunity. You just don't have much health to really work with. Another advantage is available, and as long as Saya doesn't have any dots on you, I think Adaby is going to get himself a decent bit of a reset. These small arenas run easy from us. You see what I mean? Yo, Curdy, again, let me know which arena you want. Just literally tell me which one you prefer. We'll do that one next, man. I'm cool with it. I'm cool doing arenas with less pillars, man. I'm cool doing bigger arenas with less pillars. I just don't know which one you prefer, man. I just don't know which one you count, because some do have like small pillars like Elysium, but it's like pillars and the size, I feel like still gives you enough of line of sight. You know what I mean? So you tell me which one you want. I'm perfectly cool expanding my arenas. I just can't think of any that have very, very tiny pillars. Maybe like Lordaeron, but that's really about it. Saya, unfortunately, has plenty of damage. Or rather, fortunate for him, unfortunate for the rogue. With this Smurshka going to be up next. Subtlety loses to Ret. But Assassination, we'll see if they can make that happen. This is going to be a immediate trick out for Saya. Get the shot by the Smurshka. They just go for maybe Death Mark? They're just going for full damage, because that Kingsbane is doing a decent bit of damage, but Saya is just spending all of his mana to try to stabilize. Deathmark is in play. Cloak of Shadows out for the Smurshka. I would think he would just stay on Saya. As long as he gets some fatty dots on him. Looks like Saya cleared those dots. Oh, wait, no. He can still heal even through the dots. Never mind. Regenerate doesn't care about dots anymore. I forgot about that. But the Deathmark is still on him. Garrote, it's huge. The Rupture is going to be massive. Does go for a cheap shot. Lock it down, Saya. You just got to get him 10%, but a lay on hands to make sure Saya does not take any damage whatsoever. Smoke Bomb down. Smurshka try to see if he can escape. Not happening. Full burst out for Saya. And the Smurshka, he can blind. Cheap death procking. He's got himself a sippy cup. Try to see if he can run out of there, if at all possible. Drop it down the platform, but looks like Saya has plenty of damage. I think it just lights for the Smurshka. Unfortunately. Tama is up next. Got himself Blizzard cast down. He's gonna have to use everything here. Last time Saya and Tama fought, Saya actually stayed alive for a very, very long time. Without a bubble, Spell Warden, or even lay on hands, I don't think. He just straight up out-healed Tama's damage. So I'm wondering what Tama is gonna have to do here. I'm assuming Tama is probably just gonna have to pull Saya out from behind the pillar. Hey, buy more bandages? Is that what's happening? Likely. It's likely just like, you know what, I'm out of bandages. I might get a few more of those. But Blizzard is doing a bit of that chip damage. Maybe Tama is okay with this. He's just gonna Blizzard him down. Because Saya, he can't sit behind that pillar the entire time. If only Tama could put down Blizzards on either side of the box, and then there'll just be nothing that Saya can do, right? He's just gonna keep Blizzarding him. Yeah, look at that. It actually is doing a decent bit of damage. Not amazing, like he can heal through it, but it is chipping away at his health bar. Tama, he just being patient. The patient mage does go for the trinket. Spell steal in that movement out of Saya. Immediately catches him out in the middle without any way for him to move around whatsoever. If you got any slows on him, that'd be fantastic. Full burst, Ray of Frost, try to see if he can get himself an angle. Full immunity out for Saya, altered by Tama. Does go for the block, because you know Saya is going to try to see if he can land those Templars, avoiding any of those Dawn Lights. It is going to be a full stun. Saya did not have a blessing sake for it. Shield of Vengeance to stabilize through the Comet Storm as well as the Meteor. Tama actually canceled that cast to make sure he doesn't get interrupted by Saya. Panda Ritual for a second. Does not have a trinket. Shields barely keeping him alive. The block does go through at the very least, so he's got himself some survivability there. At least he's got that bare minimum. Dropping down another meteor with the comments from combo. But it looks like for Sai, he just doesn't really take that much damage from it. Tama, I think he's just dead. Trying to see if he can maybe get him to a wall, but as soon as the wall comes up, Sai is out there to break down all those walls, all those barriers. Just giving them guy a full blast on the noggin. Then ask me, man, I do whatever I want, no mind, it's fine. Wait, Curdy, I am serious about what arenas have these pillars. That's a really good, that's an honest question. I'm gonna do Lordaeron then. That's the only one I can think of without a lot of pillars. I'm gonna do Lordaeron. We'll give it a try. How does it sound? Oh really? There's just a lot of arenas with pillars. I do wonder what one person thinks has pillars and what the other person doesn't. Like is Mechagon one? Does that have pillars? It has like these boxes, I guess. There's a ramp. I guess it is a pretty big pillar. In a sense, stun. I feel like Pencil. I think it's just over. Yeah, Saya, unfortunately, it is a Paladin versus a Shadow Priest. There's just not much a priest can do in that situation. Insane is the last one left. Can he possibly do something to break down Saya's defenses? Susila has a bubble, so he's got himself a big ace in a hole. Intent potentially could get some decent burst them to surprise Saya. Outlaw Rogues have been able to get some big crits as of recently though, so maybe that's something he can do. Still firing those rockets, whatever those rockets do, I have no idea honestly, but they are still firing. He's got himself with a big between the eyes. Is it enough? Stun. Insane unfortunately doesn't have an out. Inside does have a bubble. He tries not to give that bubble just yet. Insane with the cloak shadow side is gonna have to go for bubble. Yep, it's a reset between the two. Insane needs something to live. He does have a vanish. Maybe he can use that in order to give him some stabilize a little. Saya picked up a lot of health in that bubble, by the way. Getting the shot, it is super the yard. I don't know if Insane has anything to follow. A cheap shot. Getting the shot, I guess, was just not the yard. It was like, what, 2 seconds? And regenerate now for Size. He's going to be able to at least get himself fully recovered. Getting dadded out. What's up, Crystals? How you doing, my guy? That's how to play Mage anymore. Mages are pretty good, but they do have it rough sometimes. I could put up the gold list, and I should be getting you through build. Damn, that's massive. I don't want to Santa Claus is nerfed. No, I see you, Curdy. No, like, seriously, Curdy, if you do have an arena that you think we should do like recommend, because I'm down to add more into the rotation. If there's one that I'm like missing completely, because we haven't done a bunch, like Madrax we haven't done. I think those pillars are massive. Mechagon we haven't done in a while. The Shadowlands ones we haven't done in general a lot. The Legion one that's not Black Hole, the Ashamains we haven't done in a while because of that pillar with a cat statue at the top being a little elongated on one side, makes things a little weird. And kiting classes generally cheese that super hard. And then there's the... Is it Dragonflight one? I think it was Dragonflight one. No could. You guys were like, no could was no good, Dal. Don't do that one. Saya does it. I'm slamming it. Man, Saya with 5? I didn't realize Saya went for a full queen 5. Damn. Join, see Paladin, leave. Wes, you missed the Demon Hunter, bro. You missed the Demon Hunter play, dude. You missed a fantastic play by DH. Alrighty, boys. Let's get us another one going, yeah? Onomas, boys. Onomas. Despershka and Johnny, let me know when you guys are good. We'll send it. And if you guys need more bodies, we do have people on standby. At least I know Rick is on standby. And Resenho did say he'd like to join in. Okay, we'll do Lordaeron. Lord Aya run. Perfect, I go last. Okay, works out. Works out. For the funds of Pala? Yeah. There's a reason why we have Pala's banned over on the NA. And it's not even my band, like the chat wanted the band. Chat was like, yo, get him out of here. Everybody that does that was like, yo, get him out of there. Now let's think about it. Insane, have you thought about going Trickster? Because apparently quite a few outlaws have been switching to Trickster recently. Apparently broken. At least is what I hear. Apparently it's really good. I may or may not have been messing around with it. Maybe I'm underselling it. Maybe I'm overselling it. But I hear it's pretty good. Pretty good. Especially after AWC, when everybody watched them play, more people are picking up Outlaw now. It's kind of awesome, honestly. It's a fun spec. Good Twitch. Got ourselves a Judy over for the team 1. We got us a Saya, Kurdi, Eliminate, and Zuka. Tama, the 3 rogues of the Smurshka Adaby. And Insane on the other side with Pensela as well. And it looks like the Smurshka is going to be the first one up and running versus Zuka. So far, this Death Knight has done his very utmost best, but Rogue just continued to cut through him like butter. Like, his plated armor barely does anything for them. Cheap shot by Nesmershka into a full Kingsbane. Kidney shot right after. He's just trying to make sure he's not even auto-attacking him. I think he was trying to make sure that Sap does not get broken to the bleeds. It looks like the dots. Zuko may be under a lot of trouble. This man almost dying. Death back last second as an emergency usage just to make sure he can at least stabilize. He's still bleeding out a little bit. He does have at least some health to work with. But it's going to be a garrote yet again. It's going to be a cheap shot by the rogue. IBF off for Zuko. At some point, he's going to have to get some kind of burst damage up because the dragon, unfortunately, doesn't connect. It looks like the dots are going to be more than enough for the Smushka taking him out without even investing every single offensive cooldown into him, at least for that time around. Judy is going to be up next as a balanced druid. I do like the little pepper you got over here on top of your head. I didn't get the Illidan one. Is that from Legion? Is that remix? Might have been for remix. But it is going to be a stealth prowl as Nesmershka actually walks next to him. I think it looked like the way the Druid moved, I think he saw him for just like half a second. For just like a moment. For Druid, normally Rogue is one of his worst matchups though. Surely one of his worst matchups. So the question is, can he finally find a way to beat the Rogue? I think he does see him, dude. He's spotting these Rogues. He sees them. He knows exactly where they are, but then they just disappear. He's like in a perfect spot where this rogue is going to roam and the rogue doesn't quite catch him. Eyes are getting picked up by the Boomy in bear form. Should be able to find him. Potentially could go for roar here. Does get hit with the garrote. Wait, when you get garroted, can you roar as a druid? Is that like an auditory effect? Technically, kind of like how warriors, when they get silenced, they can't like... Wait, what's happening? Oh, what's happening? Why is the pet attacking? I'm not sure. DFA down for Nesmershka. Judy is having to fight 2v1 for a second, but looks like Thomas Petty just got a mind of its own. I'm not really sure. Garrote back on Drudy. I think it's just Drudy's over. I think Drudy is just dead. I'm not really sure if that pet did any damage to him. I'm hoping not, but it looks like Nesmershka has plenty of damage, maybe potentially all by himself with Kurdy, giving Nesmershka at least a proper auto duel, letting him at least let those shed those dots and let him get at least a proper reset here at all. So the camera broke since last time I was here, huh? Since AWC actually. Yeah, Wes, yeah. Last week, the camera worked just fine. I technically can track, but it's like a really weird tracking that's like super jarring. So this ends up being the only way that I could really do it is just be the camera myself, free-handed for a while. Hopefully, we'll fix it by tomorrow or by next week. But like, could be worse, right? Could be worse. Fear out onto the Smoshka. Doesn't have a trinket. Actually, the Smoshka is walking into this duel with not a lot available for him. Does let a step. Kingsbane is available. Kurdy has an opportunity to make some damage happen. Kick, but Nesmershka looks like he's got nothing. Melting the rogue as long as the rogue doesn't have an out. And as long as he misses that kick, there's just not much he can do to follow up. Pensella just gonna go for full burst. PI, everything available. Root is active. Try to see if he can fight through Kurdy. Burst is out for both of them. Kurdy try to see if he can stabilize it. Got himself self-heals. As long as they're silenced by Pensella, he should be all good. He's actually free to cast. The pets are going to be available for both sides of him. Fear out by Kurdy. Pensala has a trinket, not looking to burn it here. And it's going to be a full rid by Kurdy with a silence to follow. Looking into lockdown suppressor. Got himself instant cast available. But Silence started taking even a little bit of damage. Tentacle slams are coming through for both priests. It's going to be exchanging a bit of damage, a bit of burst with one another. Full rig by Pensala. Got himself at least a little bit of defense. Is going to be a charge by Kurdy with that high mounted Rachel. Try to see if he can give himself a better angle. Both priests stabilizing for a second. Age is out for Pensala with the silence pushing in towards Kurdy. Kurdy is in an okay spot right now. Feel for a second. Pensala does burn the trinket with a silence. Kurdy, this could be his opportunity to potentially make some damage happen. Does give himself a big rip. Fear out, but Pensala having to go for this burn. Pensala is under a ton of pressure. But he's trying to make sure he's actually just on the opposite side of Kurdy. So he's trying to stabilize. Pensala looking in to potentially get some damage going. Got a rift of his own. He doesn't have much health to work with. Kurdy with a fade for just a minute. He just needs a couple more executes. Is it going to be enough? Pensala unfortunately does go down, and Kurdy wins this priest off with immediate disperse, as Insane is going to be up next. Got himself full adrenaline rush, full burst in the open. Kurdy will need to use everything he can to level out versus the rogue. As he goes in for kidney shot, it is going to be the yard. Fade for just a second for Kurdy, trying to get himself a mind games. Interrupted on Holy is probably going to go for a cast in shadows. Insane does burn advantage just to get himself a dodge of CC with the cloak of shadows to follow. He doesn't have a kick for a while. Unless the next kidney shot comes through, Insane will not be able to really land a CC chain onto Kurdy. Might be in a bit of a weird spot. Oh, apparently though, he's got burst. Unfortunately, what in the world? It looks like Insane just picked up damage out of left field. Is going to be Lemonade. Trying to see if he gets some damage back into Insane. Is it going to be enough though? He's got a couple instant casts. Look at that blink. Got himself so much distance covered in just 2 seconds. He's just one more good hit. Get a shot by Insane. Is it enough? He's got himself evasion, so he's got at least a little bit of defense. All the Demon Hunter needs is one good hit. One good hit. There goes that Reap. Got himself a little bit of healing. Will Tama going to be up next with full metamorphosis active? Going to try to see if he can leap in. Breath right after. Lemonade has a trinket. Is going to burn the trinket. Try to see if he can go for some full damage. Burst comes through. Try to see if he can get himself a better angle. Tama under total pressure. Stun. He does have an ultra at the very least, so he's going to be okay. Block to make sure he doesn't lose more health. And that ultra is actually going to cancel it. Cancel the ultra so you can go for an invis. He's trying to see if he can find him. Doesn't find him. If Tama can get himself in a good angle, he will be able to at least get some healing immediately. Lemonade sees it from a mile away and is going to be able to get himself that movement skill with shift. Got himself in prison. Looking to go for big melee damage. He does get himself a big backflip in between of it too. Another backflip to try to dodge ADCC. Dude, he's just playing with some backflips with it. We'll find a little execute. Unfortunately, Lemon does not have a trinket. I think he knows there's going to be a rogue, right? Pre-blurring it. He's got eyes on either side, so I think he's going to have to pick it up. Yeah, Adaby actually has given him a chance to pick up the eyes, so at least the Demon Hunter is given an opportunity to at least catch the rogue and possibly play against him. Sap. Adaby, I think, might just have it here. Unless Lemonade can pre-blur this next go. Wait, he doesn't have saps anymore. He won't be able to gouge him. Hold on a second. Kidder shot still goes through. There's going to be full Shadow Blades, everything available. Smoke Powder Bomb does go through. Cheap shot onto Lemon. Does he have anything to follow? Darkness down. Needs to heal. Insta stun onto Adabeam. Try to pick up whatever health he can. Needs another metamorphosis if he wants to end this. Try to go for a big melee burst. Backflipping out of there. Oh, unfortunately, the rogue does have himself one more little eviscerate to take him out. Adaby just committed quite a few offensive cooldowns though versus the Demon Hunter. But at least he's walking in with defenses versus Saya. It is not going to be an easy match by any measure. But at the very least, he's like maybe in a position where he could make some more trinkets out of the stun. Kidney shot back into Saya with the shield of vengeance. That is going to be DR'd or reduced rather because of 36% dampening. Adaby got himself a little bit more damage. Cloak of Shadows to follow up. Saya just trying to see if he can run him out as best as possible until Cloak of Shadows is gone. Does Saya need to burn a bubble? Does he need to burn laying hands or anything? Blind for a moment. Adaby is probably going to be able to get a bop or a bubble out of Saya here. If he plays it correctly. Bop. Does have advantage in case he needs to. Try to see if he can live without having to burn advantage and may still need it. Asaya got himself movement. That's going to be stealth. But still dotted though. Unfortunately, may have needed advantage either way. Saya trying to see if he can collapse the damage on Adaby, who needs to go for advantage right now. He's not going to be able to get an easy reset. And I think Saya did pick up eyes for that one. I think it's over. Yeah, that down like damage. It's just a little bit too much. Already pick it up too, and so is Lemonade. Well done, boys. Somebody else just picked it too. Rogue is so fun, not gonna lie. Obviously, a trinket though dead, unless your class can press defense and stunned. Yeah, for Demon Hunter, there is a bit of that glass cannon thing to it. But I think Havoc is the same, right? All you can do at the best case scenario is basically have a backflip ready. That's all you can really do in that situation, is basically have a backflip ready and try to see if you can maybe pre-plan it. If only Demon Hunter has another way of like dealing AoE damage to possibly get the rogue out. You know what I mean? Let's get us another one going, boys, yeah? What did Adaby say? Paladin интересно играть? Is it interesting to play as a paladin? A paladin? Я думаю, паладинам нравится. Я не знаю. Понимаю, что спросишь, какой вопрос это? Ну, контекст. Смотрю на контекст. Но паладинам нравится, поэтому они играют. And they try to take a jab at the paladins. Lesmershka, let me know when you're good. Johnny needs one. Okay, Johnny needs a +1. Group is going to be listed under LFG Raids Legacy, whatever the group is listed. What is it? Yeah, nerf Paladin urgently. That's what everybody's been saying, is everybody on the mother has been saying to nerf Paladin. Alrighty, the Sparshka is ready. They need one more over for Lemonade. So if you guys want to join, group is listed in LFG under Raids Legacy. Yeah. If you use Harm to DH has so many heals, 10 times better than before in duels, but 10 times nothing is still not great. Glad to know you are as bright as ever, Wes. By the way, I've been watching Vivi. Fantastic. I don't know if you've seen Vivi. It's pretty good. It's pretty damn good. All right, the special also needs a +1, so I'm gonna join the group and open it up real quick. So if anybody wants to join this rogue squadron, you guys are more than welcome to. Wait, there we go. Okay, Johnny's ready. We need one more for this team. Onomas, boys, Onomas. Does Rick want to join? I know the DK bug hotfix midnight. We just sent out a large hotfix, so there's issues for Unholy Death Knight. Part of the change was update to Festering Scythe to be a buff on the player that increases the disease check rate rather than debuff on the target. Underlying issue there has proven to be problematic for a number of reasons, and we felt like it would be the fastest broke for now. Okay, cool. Okay, Rick says he got 2 games of shuffle, but we'll get like after that. I'll save you a spot. Just for you, friend. We'll save you one. Did one? Yeah. Yeah, I'll get you guys a +1. I'll get you your boy Rick. But yeah, I mean, Demon Hunters have always been kind of like locked. You die in a stun, like rogues, monks, demon hunters, hunters. There's a number of classes that kind of die in a stun if they don't have a defensive or like somebody helping them. I guess maybe marksmanship less of because of like the bug that made him super tanky. But all those other classes that do die in a stun. You just kind of like just how they're built. Big damage, but you don't really have a way to deal with being stunned up. Like Warrior has like defensive stance, Paladin has the wall, Druids have bark skin, Shamans have that passive like health increase when you get low, I think. At least Shaman in particular also has shield, so you actually take less physical damage, just a little bit less. Mages have blink, priests have disperse. Holy priests also have like, or this priest also have Aegis and PS, wings, guardian spirit, whatever it's called. So like a number of classes have ways to deal with while being stunned, like a way to defensive yourself. Oh, Evoker I guess is another one that can't really, it dies in a stun too. Got on a Hunter. So they were running this like bug. Let me show you, because I can switch over to marksmanship. So they were running this bug where they were basically taking a tanky pet, right? We're taking a tanky pet. I guess I'm just gonna go start a build. I don't know what Blizzard recommends to start a build. But then we're taking like a tanky pet and then we're running a breakable bond so that you actually have a pet instead of so that you have a pet with you rather than like running by yourself. So when you have the right kind of pet, can I switch these pets? I wonder if one of these pets is like a defensive pet. I think it is a defensive pet, actually. Yeah. Oh, are you a defensive pet? I can't even tell. Hold on, let me do this. But basically, I want to try to see if we can show it off. There was a couple of things that they were doing. So I'm gonna go and turn that wolf into a tank pet real quick. Should be a guy I could talk to about it. Pet trainer? No. Kennel master? Riding trainer? Isn't one of these supposed to be like stable master? Oh, maybe it's stable master. Okay, I'm gonna turn wolf from a oh, he's already tanky. Okay, so he's tenacity, right? So then with 40 to the, then you get 40 to the bear and endurance training. So then you get both of those passives on your hunter, right? When you have a tank pet out. So you take a pet, you turn tank mode, you have these passives. Then you get a train dummy to kill the tank pet so that you didn't technically remove the pet. It's out, it's just dead. And then you would queue for Arena or BG Blitz and you would maintain these 2 buffs. So then you basically would walk in with these buffs. And I think this would also overlap on top of it as well. Like you have endurance training here, but then you'll have 40 to the bear as well. So essentially it would just like give you all of this. And on top of it, air superiority. So you passively take 3% less damage. So basically it was like all these things, buffs that are on, but they don't look like they're on, but they are on, kind of like invisibly hidden. But they worked because the pet was dead, because you didn't dismiss the pet, you still had a benefit. But on top of it, and apparently This has been a bug for the Breakable Bond. Just by talenting into this, you have a pet that deals 50% more damage and takes 15% less damage. For some reason, the defensive part of this buff also applied to the hunter. Normally, this is meant to be like, oh, you have a tank pet for open world content and things like that, yada yada yada, right? Delve stuff, whatever, solo stuff. And you have a stronger pet, and it takes less damage, so that you don't have to maintain it, like a Beastmaster hunter would, because they can just get exotic pets that are automatically tanky. So this kind of like helps bridge the gap. This marksmanship doesn't really have investments into pets at all. This is like the only talent. For some reason, taking this talent, you don't even have to have the pet dead at that point. Just taking it, you reduce your damage and the pet's damage by 15%. You could dismiss the pet and you would still keep the DR. So you would just take 15% less damage. That's what hunters were doing. They were running with this talent, and apparently there's been a bug for a while. So if you've seen anybody that's like pushing as a marksmanship hunter this season in particular, or has so far played in like AWCs as marksmanship specifically, because there's a number of teams that actually did play it for a little, but not that much. And that's why it wasn't discovered. They played for only certain games, for matches where it's like, okay, we need to give them a target that they think they can kill, but they can't kill. Apparently this bug has been there for a while. Because people started, like, after we found out that this is a thing, it leaked, it's out in public, people started looking at all, like, AWC professional matches, like tournament matches, for a few games where people did play marksmanship. Apparently people knew them back then, they just used it for very key games against teams that didn't know about it. To make sure they get, like, that one win. Right, to knock them out, to get one extra point. But they didn't abuse it enough, because hunters were not really played. It just was like a random switch to a hunter and then they win. It's like, whatever. You know what I mean? Come on, 5th play. Rick. We're getting Rick. He's just in a solo shuffle right now. He said he had 2 games. I'm sure he's going to win both of them. That's usually how Rick rolls. Rick rolls. Is that why you went with the name Rick? Because he could just do like, he could do a Rick roll thing. Blizzard, that's not how turtles work. Multi-million-dollar company. Multi-dollar at this point. After patch 1205, I'm sure those stocks dropped and it's just multi-penny company. What in the world? Well, this turtle made it to the... This turtle did not make it to the water. He's trying. He has not made it to the water. What in the world? He's like the only one. He just swims circles, but apparently he's just not in the water. Which dev just decided to take him out of the water, dude? He's getting dehydrated. Put him back in. Put him back in the water. He's gonna dry up. What in the world? I don't think I've ever seen that. I was just hanging around Rograma. I'm like, huh? The turtle is just like, I was thinking it's in the water. Maybe I was thinking like it's some kind of like a water texture bug. Like I was thinking it's swimming. It's just, it looks odd. And then I was like, I blinked a couple of times and then I realized, wait, no, it's actually targetable. Like it's actually in the thing. Okay, there it is. Incredible. But yeah, so that's the bug that was happening with. So if you saw any hunters in the past, like ever since Midnight launched, if you've seen any marksmanship hunters in PvP, there's a good chance quite a few of them knew about the bug. They just didn't say anything about it. They just told their friends. If you look at Solo Shuffle, there's a reason why there was like a huge uptick in marksmanships. Apparently that whole bug was fixed, but we're not 100%. Like at this point, Blizzard says they fix stuff and then stuff breaks right after. So it's like, but did it get fixed though? You know what I mean? It makes you wonder, but did it actually get fixed? No one knows really. I want to see the leaderboards. Solo Shuffle. Imagine it's all hunters, isn't it? Or not. Can I see a representation? No, it looks like Dressler is broken. It's having a hard time pulling up like any info. Kind of rough. Unfortunate. Hey Dal, have a good stream. Any spots for duels? We do got one actually. Or we waiting on a guy. It's finished. You can suffer and all the duels are over. Okay, I will. I will. Let me see where Rick is at. He was in Carnage. He's still in there. Looks like he's fighting for his life, man. Super long game, I guess. Yeah. Best demo in game? Actually true though. Actually true. I like how he plays Drakthir. That's gotta be really, really fun. Just with a bit of like floats. Bit of floating, bit of flying. The knockback, all that. Chances 1v1 is rough. Demo's destroying shuffle. Devo is very, very fun. Hell yes. Wait, Devo Evoker or Devourer? I guess it could be either one, right? Devourer? Ah, playing voice card. Yeah, everybody on the Mother's playing voice card. I heard they're OP. Heard they're pretty insane right now. I think it's good to make voice card good again, because like the whole point was to make it like a melee burst thing. But I'm wondering if they're gonna like clip the burst a little. I think at first they were kind of nuts with how much burst they could do in pre-patch, and then Blizzard was like, no, that's too much. And then it's like, okay, well, you can't really play Devourer outside of that then. They're like, all right, let's bring burst back in. I think it's personally fine for them to have burst. There's other classes that have like insane burst too. The burst just gotta be either really predictable and also should not be able to like solo a class. Anyone come in? I did say to Rick, whenever he's done with his 2 games of shuffle, that he got a spot. I'm still giving him a chance to come in. Because I could pick up Tricky Owl, otherwise as Devourer. But I did promise Rick, so I'm giving him a chance, man. I'm giving him a proper chance. I'd feel bad. I would feel bad. I feel like if I knew that Rick's solo shuffle games would take that long, I would have just went to see what's it called? I would have went to see, what am I talking about? I would have went to see Atherman's house. Wait, huh? Really? Currently, what viewer variant of Shadow is benefiting from overwhelming Shadow's node for the discipline tree. This is causing both Void Blast and Mind Blast to deal excessively more damage than intended. Huh. Oh my god, Shadow Priests are everywhere, huh? Jesus, they just spiked up, huh? This is before. This was after. Before. After. God damn. Yeah, looks like everything is bugged, huh? Devourers, Shadow Priest, these guys. Okay, I think Rick is ready. Not too late. You're good, you're good, you're good, you're good. You are good, friend. No worries. Wait, party is full? Damn, hold on. Convert to raid. Wait, did Insane die? Did he die out? Okay, no, he did go somewhere. Wait, you're out here? Insane. You may have to come back to your body, bro. Yeah, you may have to hurry up and make sure you don't die. I don't know if it's gonna like mess the queue up if you're dead. I'm gonna give him like, where is he at? Give him like a minute maybe. So you're waiting for Rick? Oh, we got Rick. Now we're waiting for Insane because he's running back to his dead body. Unless the priest can maybe like res him real quick. Oh, Rick is the OP bastard. Don't mind watching him play. Rick is really, really good. But yeah, Tricky, you're more than welcome to if you got spots, man. Those lions are going through one again, killing me. Yeah. Sorry, bro, you out. Oh, Rick. Now let's see you, Rick. You say hello to Rick. Res him. I don't know if Pensala can res him or not. Wait, Pensala is never mind. Pensala is Alliance. Oh wait, they're all Alliance. So he can't get res. Oh, okay. Okay, you guys may not want to fight each other. Especially since if he keeps dying, he would just can't take a cube. Wait, where's he going? Okay, he's back. He's back. Smushka, lead. Okay, we actually got groups. We actually got the homies in. I don't know. Rook? We'll do Rook. We'll do Black Rook hold. I really don't know what arenas do we do that are like low in line of sight. I feel like all of them have a ton of line of sight. Okay, we're back, baby. We're back, boys. We're back in here. Switch. But yeah, Wes, have you seen Vivi? I don't know if you heard me or not. I've been watching it. Pretty good. Pretty good. Surprisingly enjoyable. I did not. I read the like synopsis for it. I thought, oh, maybe I'll like it. Visuals are fantastic. Very well done. We got. I don't even know. If it's gonna let me go through the grades. No, it's not. Okay, you're gonna have to just see it from this side. I can't like maneuver the camera on top of people like I used to. Not this week, but you see Rick back there. We got ourselves Insane. We got ourselves Pensala. We got ourselves Adabine. We got ourselves the combo dude Rice in here as a warlock. We got Lemon, Curdy, Saya, and Zuko. I'm kind of hoping to put Saya in the background, man. Buffer Mem, Jab, they just recently unbuffed them with a bug fix, man. I don't know if they need another buff. I feel like that'll be a little much. Pensala gonna be first up versus Curdy. A bit of a Shadow Priest off. Last time, pretty sure Curdy did win that one. Pensala immediately PI. Silencer followed by Curdy. Got himself a melee for that fear. Pensala could go for a trinket. Has a silencer follow. Can go for a fear as well. Got burst trinket out of for Curdy actually with a knockdown onto Pensala right after. Got himself full burst. Yet another rift flying in. And he's got plenty of pets, quick fear, but Pensala is under a ton of pressure. Actually getting the healing cut in, I think half, if not 75% of it cut down by Siphon. It is a lot of healing reduction either way, but he's able to at least stabilize even a little bit. Got a bit of that damage onto Curdy. Just a little bit of those like instant cast pops from Shadow Word Death. He's got tentacles too as well. He got at least a little bit of damage, but it looks like he's taking a second for him to really ramp up. I do kind of hate how Shadow Priest it feels like it takes him a while for him to really ramp up a lot of the damage. It used to be very, very bursty with every single rip, but nowadays it's like it takes him a moment here. I wonder if you guys' Mind Blasts are doing a lot of damage. You guys might need to start Mind Blasting each other, especially if it is bugged. That might be the play actually. That might actually be the play. Slam those big Mind Blasts, they're doing 100% more damage. Might as well, right? Pensala tried to see if he could back up out of the rift out by Curdy. But Pensala, unless he sees that rift getting amped up further, he should be mostly okay. Curdy tried to ramp up a little bit of damage with his own, just trying to keep the dots rolling, the slaps coming in. More pets just surrounding Pensala little by little, but that disperse at least helping him stabilize and level out a little bit. With the silencer follow, Curdy looks like he's trying to get himself a setup. As long as he got himself an angle off of the sphere, he can make something happen. He's got himself a full rift behind the pillar, so Pensala can't even really stop it. As long as he's got those Mind Blasts, he might be able to make it happen. It's going to be short to see onto the guy, but it doesn't matter. Shadow Word Death by Curdy, with the rogue immediately charging after him. It's going to be full. Coin flips out for Insane. A drone rush is available. Curdy, this person tried to see if he can get behind the other side of the starting room. Got himself a short little fade. Slaps are coming in by tentacles, but unless he can maybe get himself a juke on a cast, he's gonna be a bit of trouble. Mind Games helps. Focus Shadows by the rogue. This is huge for Curdy. He just needs to live. Desperate Prayer helps him out a little bit here. PI is available. Full Fear. Breakout for Insane. He doesn't have a kick for the moment. He doesn't have a Cloak of Shadows either. Curdy does have a breakout for this one into a fade for just a moment. Insane is going to take full brunt of the damage. As long as Curdy got any output right now, he might be okay. Does get kicked on the rift, but the actual rift, the nether rift, is still out in play. Massive hit by Insane. Looks like it was getting those back-to-back between the eyes proc, just chunking out a huge portion of Curdy's health. Nothing Curdy can do in that situation. Actually spent everything. The rogue just ended up picking up the crits that he was looking for. What's up next? Is it going to be Rick by chance? Is it? Or is it Rice? Possibly? I haven't seen this mount in a hot second. The good old Legion. Wait, no. Rick is on that team. Never mind. Who's up next? Is it going to be the Lock? The Demon Hunter? Or they're just seeing like it's a rogue. They're like, well, I'm a Death Knight. I don't want to fight a rogue. Well, I'm a Warlock. I don't really like fighting rogues. Well, I'm a Demon Hunter. Rogues are literally my kryptonite. And then Ty's like, you know what? I'd fight a rogue, but I'm gonna let you guys go last. I'm gonna go last so you guys can go up next. You guys get a chance to play. Insane does open up with an invasion immediately. I guess was prepping ahead for any kind of burst that Zuko's got for him. Got himself AMS, got himself the burst coming through as well. Breath to follow, kidney shot. The side is going to go through IBM, but the rogue is taking huge chunks out of the health bar of the DK. Does group back in, needs one more side to collapse together. For Insane right now, he's in an okay spot, but he just needs a better angle here. He needs some cooldowns, he needs something, anything. Unless he goes over for maybe gouge, blind, reset. He needs a kidney shot. Needs a kidney shot, and he got about a minute on a drone war, so I wonder if he should just wait it out. Sap could be huge for him too. Does he get a clean reset? Zuko needs to make sure he gets that defrost fever on him every single time. Eyes available for either side. It looks like Zuko's thinking of taking it. Grab allowed by the rogue with the sap. He does himself decent sort of roll the bullets. He's got himself a very, very good one. Unfortunately, those between the eyes are not really landing the crit that he's looking for. Cloak of Shadow should keep him plenty healthy, but Zuko trying to go for a blind while the cloak was still active. He does have himself the side either way. That's going to maybe do enough damage. He just needs a little bit more output. The rogue is so low, but so is the Death Knight. Death striking just to try to see if he can catch up. Barely had the rogue low. The rogue barely lives. And the Demon Hunter is just going to go in, not going to give him a chance out of there whatsoever. Chasing after him. I don't even know where the guy is at. Reap does go through. It's so hard to track Demon Hunter, dude. I can't do the tracking thing. Anytime I try to do a tracking, all it does is reverses my camera, like, view. So if I'm going forward and I press it, and now it's going backwards. If I'm going backwards, press it, now it's going forwards. I don't understand it. It's so hard to track it. Get it better, to be honest? Yeah. Lemonade is going to be up next, though. Question is it going to be a Rick or is it going to be one of the rogues? It isn't a rogue, at least not yet. It looks like it is going to be a Rick. So Lemon at the very least does not have to fight a rogue, but I wonder how Rick is going to end up playing against him, because there's going to be a lot of crowd control. Is it going to be enough for Lemonade to deal with? He does have the backflips that can potentially immune him some stuff. Metamorphosis right after. Big burst into Rick. Does Rick just go for damage? Got himself a bit of the reflect. Full burst out for Lemonade. Going for the backflips to make sure he doesn't get CC'd. Dancing, jumping, just doing trapeze all around Rick. Trying to see if he go for Void Ray from afar. Is going to go for those shifts to move, but also give himself a bit of shield. Rick took a load of damage, but is still holding on to a wall. Got himself lots of movement. Pets surrounding Lemonade, who actually can just use his pets just to get a lot of resources off of. You can just build up and consume and build up in your meta. He actually is perfectly fine just building up. He's actually perfectly okay. Rick, you might be in trouble. He does have a trinket and a wall for the next one. He's actually going to reset the pets. Not going to give Lemon anything to attack here. Lemon doesn't even need that much to attack. It's going to go for a charge from a mile away, leaping in here for a second before Rick takes too much damage. Rick actually, I think, might have met his match when it comes to burst. I feel like the Demon Hunter bursts so much, just makes him around the corner. It's going to go for the hunt, but he's going to try to use the port to get out of this scot-free. This is where Lemon needs to make sure there's some slows. Mortal Coil does connect. As long as he can get himself another shift, try to see if he can go for a Sigil of Misery. Not going to connect. Does get the Hunter around the corner. Full burst reflect up for Rick. Got himself a bit of that shielding. Fear out. Lemon, I think he does have a stun. He does have a blur. He does have stuff to work with. He may be able to make something happen. That backflip to make sure he doesn't take CC. Interrupting Rick for a second. Meta is in play. Does he have enough? Predators is wake. Full burst down. Rick is going to go for a port. Is it going to be enough? This is where Lemonade needs to get himself a big shift. Does get mobility. Ripping Rick apart in two. With more reaps right after. Is it going to be enough? Rick with his shield. That's all he's got. I-beam. Just trying to see if we can fight through the Void Ray. Isn't enough though. Fear for just a moment. Rick has no health whatsoever. And the Demon Hunter does slice right through him. Lemon does not have a trinket. If this rogue does not give him a chance, I think it might be light. Shadow steps into a kidney shot. No blades. Saving blades for the next guy. Lemon still might just die. He does get himself a bit of healing. Darkness down, but unfortunately the coup de grace. Oh my goodness. He did such a good job. He lived Rick and actually kept him on his toes the entire time. But man, the rogue, though, locking it down in the full kitty, there's nothing you can do about it. Nothing. Actually, Adaby is giving Lemon a chance here at the very least. He is hitting him with a Shadow Strike, which helps him generate full combo points. So Shadow Strike, kidney shot. Technical Lemon has like half a global to respond. I know it's not a lot, Devour's the red paladin. It's always has been. I mean, Blizzard added a new spec. There's no way that we're gonna let that thing be bad, right? No way that we're gonna let that thing be bad at any point in this expansion, bro. There was just no shot. Smoke bomb down. The real smoke bomb for Adaby. This is gonna go for advantage. I think he's still doubted though. So as long as Rice, he actually popped the wall a little bit too early. I think maybe expected for the Rogue to go in full damage on the Rogue. Doesn't have dots on him. You gotta make sure you get the dots on the guy. That Wither needs to be reapplied at all times on the Rogue. Cannot let him run around without Wither. Trick it out for Rice. Backing himself out of there. Immediate succubus CC to follow up. Does Rice have himself an angle? At least get the dots on the Rogue, but look at the Rogue just ripping through that health bar. Mortal Call for just a second. Try to go for a fear. The Rogue is left running away. Chaos Bolt does connect. He is definitely going to need to get more damage onto the Rogue. He's got himself that Malevolence proccing as well. With a couple of instances, Adaby is looking for a full reset behind that pillar. Or behind the platform, I guess. A ramp? I don't even know what he called it. I guess it's like a block? I don't even know. Behind the stone wall, I guess it is part of a wall. Succubus CC is going to cash the Rogue, unfortunately. For Rice, if you have yourself, he's going for bolts. I'm surprised he's not going in for Soulfire. I think as a Warlock, he definitely needs to be pressing Soulfire, but he's not pressing Soulfire at all. I don't know if that's the ability he's even playing. Unless he's playing to random procs or Whiff, maybe. Malevolence proccing, but unfortunately, unless he's got something for Adaby, it's over. Adaby walks out of this with the Cloak of Shadows and everything available. Holy Sai is up next, though. Last one left. Wait, did Lemon get to play? Oh, wait, I thought we had 2 Demon Hunters for some reason. I was about to ask, like, where did the other Demon Hunter go? Mentally, I was already prepared for having 2 of them for some reason. Adaby with a blind. Yes, I ain't gonna go. Ain't gonna jump into it. He's just gonna get himself an angle. Sap around the corner. Somehow Adaby does get out of combat, but he's still melting. Is he just dead? No, it looks like Sippy Cup is gonna help him stabilize even a little bit. Man. Overbought for 1v1 after that update. I mean, I would expect for Blizzard to buff Devour Demon Hunter, especially that spec is not doing good on any form of content, right? Like Evokers, when they came out, when Death Knights came out, Blizzard made sure that they're good. When Monks came out, Blizzard made sure that that class is good. When Demon Hunters first came out, Blizzard made sure that class is good. Same thing goes for Evokers as well. So I'm not surprised that look at Devourer, and if they're not seeing them get a lot of play, they're like, you know what? Let's make sure they're good. It's a brand new class, a selling point of an expansion. Of course, they're going to try to make that thing the best it possibly can be. I am genuinely not surprised. Looks like Naspushka getting found out. That's going to be hammer throws out for Saya. This is to get a good angle. Another advantage for Naspushka as he spent everything into the Blessing of Protection, actually. I don't think the Rogue has much to work with here. The Rogue, let's go sink his own Saya for a little bit longer. Kidney Shot can still go through. You got to wait for it. Kidney Shot can go through now. If you do go for a kidney, it's going to be full. Doesn't go for a kidney, unfortunately. Hodge, I think Saya possibly takes it. Naspushka does have a cloak, but he just doesn't have a vanish. Yeah, there goes a cloak. Made an evasion with us. He is playing Cheat Death too. It's not like he can really feint in order to give himself defenses. He did try to meld, but that meld did not let him get reset. That blind maybe gives him a chance. Naspushka, I think right now is playing in a definitely a disadvantageous position. Landing those saps, and maybe he can go for a reset to get some of those cooldowns back. Maybe, but you are playing into higher dampening right now. Warcraft was insanely good at Mop. Brewmaster was good. Misrule was really good. Misrule and Misrule back in Mop when that was released was pretty broken. And yes, Windwalker was very, very good. Blizzard saw pretty early on that, wait, Windwalker ain't getting as much play in PvP? Let's change it. I'm pretty sure after like the first patch or something, there was a big update and then Windwalkers were everywhere. Kidney Shot down. Dots are in. Evasion up is supposed to just try to live, but it's over. It is an attempt, but it's not going to be enough. Lemon, the fact that he broke past Rick is kind of wild to me. I almost feel like those two need a bit of a rematch, man. Need a slight rematch after that one. Let's get another one going. Naspushka and Rick, or Johnny, let me know when you guys are ready. We'll send another one. It's about that time for me to go eat dinner, because I am starving. I am very, very hungry today. Probably because I didn't eat lunch, which is on me. But let's get ourselves one more for the night. Pre-blur and you're fine. I guess that's all you can do is pre-blur, which is unfortunate. If they gave me an immunity, I think that would have been pretty sick too. But Blizzard thought that that's too much. What arena do we do? I think we've done all of them, right? We'll do another Grand. I feel like Blade's Edge would be fun, but that's way too weird. Pre-blurring is not a thing against classes. They just wait out and kite. True, I guess, yeah, like if you're trying to pre-blur a rogue's opener when he's in stealth, yeah, that is going to be a little tough. Only thing you can do is spectral sight and like charge into them with a blur. But that's about it. 25% for 10 seconds. What? Technically you can, but if let's say it's a rogue, right? Like trying to predict a rogue opener and pre-blurring it, like if you, it's kind of like being a druid and you pre-bark or you bark skin a rogue sap, right? The sap you bark skin, and the rogue is like, I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait. You know what I mean? I don't need to open up on a bark skin. I can just wait. And then when they open, you both have bark skin. Yeah, it's one of those. Havoc has worse with passive healing. Havoc definitely does have a lot of passive healing. That's why what Rick does, we're fine. No, I'm saying what does Rick mean we're fine. Oh, that's what you mean. Oh, okay. Alright. I'm getting my wires crossed here. Switch. Who's gonna be first up? Is it Lemon? It looks like a Lemon. I like this dragon lineup you guys got, dude. You got yourself the undead drakes and ONYXIA Drake in the front. Looks like Curdy is up versus Adaby. I think Curdy may just want to tuck tail and run, dude. This is not fun. He's like, yo, it's a rogue. Shadow Blades. At least he's got himself the lineup of Disperse to stop the Blades. Immediate fear onto Adaby, which at least gives Curdy a chance to like get his damage go. Cloak shot is immediately for Adaby. Fade for Curdy. Does get interrupted. Knocked out onto Adaby for just a second. He's still got a rip that is going to do some damage. Whatever technical damage you got going on, that's what you need to do right now. Flash heal is all you can do just try to maintain himself. Void for him to follow. Adaby doesn't have a Cloak of Shadows anymore. Next stun, however, Curdy is going to be able to trinket it, but the stun is going to go kidney. Cheap shot. Probably another cheap shot after for all we know. You know what I mean? Probably another one is going to be a sap. With a trinket out for Curdy, gouge to follow kidney, and Curdy will not have a way out for this one. The trinket on the sap is interesting. Aegis proc and cheap shot right after. Unfortunate. I think it was trying to see if he could dodge the rogue. It was maybe looking like the rogue was going to go for a sap. Get out. Immediate burst out. Oh, the hunt does not connect, but he's got a big shift. He's got a big shift. The hunt connects. Shadow steps it. Trying to avoid it. He's got him some backflips, trying to make sure the rogue doesn't get a kidney shot on him. He has spectral sight, so at the very least you can see the rogue. I don't know if you have another backflip or not. He's going to be in prison. Maybe even a stun. Slows the rogue down for a second. Try to see if we can get him some resources. Gouge for a moment. The rogue try to see if we can get him some reset one way or another. Is it going to be enough though? I don't think he can outrun the glide movement of a demon hunter. Does go for the trinket. Stun, trinket to full. A meta is available. It's going to be full burst. Birch's wake. Evasion for the rogue. I don't even know if he can evade some of this. Into a big burst. Charges in. Got himself a big cleave, reap around the corner. He's still just on top of the rogue. The rogue can catch a reself. Oh my god, gouge last second. The rogue had no health. Does he have a dot on him? Almost looks like the rogue is dotted. Somebody just left over on team 2. I'm not even sure who. Maybe DC'd. Oh wait, it's Rick? Is it Rick? Hopefully he can get back in. Cheap shot. Wait a second. Does rogue turn it around? Does rogue turn it? Oh my god, almost landed that rape. Oh, that cheap shot. That was the yard. That was fully stunned the yard. So at least he can't stun him anymore. Does get himself a charge. A bit of cleave onto Insane. This is where Eliminate try to see if he can recover. Trying to go for an imprison, but a Cloak of Shadows out for the rogue. He's got to wait until the next stun lock combo. He's going to have to pre-blur here. Does get a blur. This is where you need to do whatever damage you can to Insane. Does have himself shifts in order to at least evade. Kid the shot. Is it enough? Is it enough? Eliminate, no health. Darkness down. Last ditch effort. No, it is enough. Unfortunately. Where did Rick go? Okay, that's Mershka and Pensala and Insane. You guys are going to have to play for... somebody's going to have to be a monster here because apparently we lost Rick. I don't know if he's got a queue for solo shuffle or something. But damn. It's going to be the rogue charge and then... Yeah, I don't know, man. Because they still have a paladin. Rice, I think, is maybe doable. Maybe counterable by one of these rogues. Maybe the Shadowpix can do it. Zuko, I think, would go down to rogue. Death Knights don't really have too much defenses against him. Although Death Knights can definitely wipe out a rogue off the face of the world. So at least at the worst, it's a 50-50. Rain of Fire is down. Cheap shot to follow. The succubus is not of a CC just yet. It's going to be a smoke bomb. Now, is it a real smoke bomb or is he trickster smoke bomb? I think it's a real smoke bomb that time, actually. Meteor dropping down, poured out by Rice. He's got himself a full mortar coil into it. There goes the decimated bolt. That's what he needed. That decimated bolt gonna get on the pet. Trinkets out of this immediately. That pet slamming down those bolts back to back into the rogue. Decent bit of damage. Does rip the rogue's soul out of his body, reducing his damage greatly, as well as healing. But the rogue got plenty of consistent pressure. He's trying to see if he can get himself what looks like, was it a vanish or is that just evasion? I think he vanished for a second. Shadow Fury does get hit. Bolt 1 connects, not enough. The rogue had evasion, so he's got himself defensives. Even though he can't evade a Case Bolt, he still got a passive DR while evasion is active. Succubus catches him. Fear, unfortunately, you don't really need to go for a Fear. Bolt 1, as long as you don't get disrupted, Rise can maybe make something work. But I think the rogue might have more than enough pressure. Off of that kidney shot, maybe more than enough pressure. Mortar Coil, last ditch effort. Fear, I don't even know if that Fear goes through. Chaos Bolt is going to connect, but it's not enough. The rogue has a cloak shot in case he needs it. Doesn't even need it. Just goes in for a charge. Does go for a cloak. I don't really know if he really needed to cloak. Maybe he thought Zuko was going to charge him immediately and he just want to make sure he gets him a full reset without any dots. Potentially that's what he went for. But damn. Insane, I think, is going to have to play it slow and steady. He's going to have to go to the sippy cups. Electricity will drop 5 minutes. It's back. Damn, Rick, try to see if you can get back in. Maybe the game will still let you. Because sometimes the game does let you, like, log back in. If you did DC. It's a chance. But maybe. Unless they don't even need Rick. Unless it's just going to be insane. Just delivering back-to-back kills. If you can get through Zuko, then at least you got 2 people that can go up against Saya. And if the game goes into super high dampening, then maybe Nasmoshka could just bleed out Saya, who bleeds and poisons by himself. Maybe there's an opportunity for it. But for Zuko, eyes are available on either side. He may want to pick him up. He's thinking about it. He wants to do it. He thinks that the rogue is right next to him, ready to sap him, ready to get the opener. But actually, if he goes in for the eyes, he should be able to see him as long as he Howling Blossom or Chain of Ice or something to put him in combat. He shouldn't get sapped by the rogue. Unfortunately, he's checking all the wrong pillars. Checking the back here, but it's going to be insane. Just catching up, getting the sippy cups. In the time spent just waiting for the rogue, that's where Insane was just going to give himself as much healing as he could. Backdropped out of arena, unfortunately. Damn. Alright, Insane. You heard him right. It's going to be your chance, your opportunity, your time to shine. Reaper Sights coming through. You got evasion. Definitely want to use that evasion. Kidney shot onto Zuko. Does go for evasion. Disarm to follow. Zuko with an IBF. So Zuko needs to pick up a couple more blitz. Just a couple more bigger blitz wiping through the rogue. If you could do it with a Reaper Sight, that'd be glorious. That's all he needs right now. Reaper Sight goes through 1. Let's see, have another one. Blind to follow. He's being a little careful. It doesn't look like he has another Scythe. He needs healing. Death Pack. He's trying to see if he can heal through the necrotics of Death Pack. Insane and Zuko both super low. It's going to be the rogue backing up out of there. Cloak of Shadows just remove the dots. Just to catch a reset. I think it's over for Zuko at this point. Yeah, it's got to be over at that point. Adrenaline Rush? Yeah, there's no way you don't survive it. And Saya just needs 1 hit onto Insane. 1 good hit. Unless Insane just sits out in stealth. Lets the game go to high dampening. Eyes are available, so it looks like Saya may potentially be looking at that. Yeah, he's looking for it. I don't know if Insane goes for a sap or just goes in for like a cheap shot opener. Is going to get stunned, unfortunately. It's over. Insane maybe can just blind and just run out the game. Yeah, no, at this point, not much you can do. I think Smushka, I probably would have been better if Pensala was up next. But it is going to be Smushka up next. Because for Pensala, at the very least, while dampening isn't super high, at least his person is going to do something. Because if he's the last one left versus Saya, unless Saya's walking in with no cooldowns defensively at all, or Pensala lands maybe a, I don't know, massive spell in a bubble, if he's the only defensive, maybe he could do it. But I feel like Rogue would definitely be a better class for playing to higher dampening. Just because you got a cloak, full immunity, evasion, somewhat of an immunity, and dots and rot and pressure. But it looks like pressure is actually going to be all in his burst. Got himself a bit of a sippy cup with a vanish as well. Trying to see if he can back up out of there. He's going to have to make sure the dots are constantly rolling inside, and that regeneration is a little unfortunate. Regenerating is a little unfortunate. Does get over the Garrote at the very least. Needs to land those stuns. Before Sai goes in for Blessing of Saint, there goes the Saint. This person needs to be very careful. Does Trinket Kidney. It is going to be on Blessing of Saint. Dots are in. Saya with the Leon hands. I don't know if this Pershka has enough to really work with here. He needs a sippy cup. He needs something, anything. But it looks like it's going to be at least dots still rolling onto Saya. This Pershka try to see if he can get himself a sippy cup. Try to see if he can maybe stabilize a little bit. I don't know. Blind last second. It looks like he waited out the dots. Hold on, Pershka. If you can run him and re-stealth. Maybe? Garrote, that's all he's got. Last Garrote as his last little hurrah versus Saya. It's going to come down to Pensala. I don't really know what you can do as a Shadow Prince, but definitely give it your best, give it your all. Does get eat a stun, does not shrink at this one. He's got plenty of defenses to work with, plenty of passive DR in order to be able to live that stun. He's got himself an extra pet too that should add a little bit of damage. So if anything, Shadow Prince should have passive damage constantly onto Saya. I just don't know if it'll be enough damage. Saya with a full spell warden, this way Pensala may have to use something Defensively, he may have to use something. Locked out on Shadow. Maybe looking for a disperse here. Letting Aegis keep him alive. That's going to be still an immunity out for Saya, but it does finally fade blind. Does Saya have a stun? Fear. Trinket. That's going to be Pasala also with a trinket. May have to go for something here. If you get locked out on Shadow, it's over. It does go for disperse at 2 health whatsoever. 2 health. Literally 2 health. Trying to see if he can get himself out of there, but I don't even know. That's rough. That's rough. 3 for Insane. Well done, well done. 3 for Saya. Closing out that game. Happy for my performance. Pretty good, honestly. 3 kills is not bad. Wait, Marksmanship Hunter got nerfed for PvP? Oh, what are the nerfs? Marksmanship Hunter has been dominant in PvP since 12.05 launch, and it looks like some words hotfix have pushed to bring it down a notch. Marksmanship has been identified by the PvP community very powerful since 12.05. Effect, wanted to move, 10% was 0. Result 10% decrease to effective builds in PvP. Wait, what? They just nerfed him by 10%? Is that what that means? Really? Because bro, you're good, big man, you're good. Don't worry, man. Unload effect reduced by 50% in PvP. When Rapid Fire begins or finishes channel, it releases Arcane Shadow 100% effectiveness. Below, it's a kill shot. Oh, that's crazy. That was Black Arrow would have been insane, huh? Precise effect reduced by 50. I guess it's for Black Arrow combo, wasn't it? And then there's now a minus 25%. They took it from a plus 15 buff to a minus 10. So it's a 25% reduction on kill shot and Black Arrow. Jesus Christ. Buddy. What is happening? Crazy. Tired by y'all? Hey, man. By the way, who was it? Tricky Owl. We got a spot. Or Rest in Hell? I'll get Rest in Hell in. Johnny, let me know if you got time for one more. I'm down to go one more. Just because Rick didn't really get a chance to play. But let me know if you're good. Come on, man. Go last every game. 40% damn. It's tough, man. It's tough. Yeah. Yeah. Need one? Okay, we need one more for that other team. Jeez, man. GG's. The group is going to be in Legacy Raid. They're up right now if you guys want to join them. Real quick, real quick. Get in here, boys. Get in there, boys. Still no way. No way to play with Sight every time. Yeah. Churches is a bug on pillars. If you try to cast it, it says no path available, so you always have to go wide on the pillar. Really? That's unfortunate, man. That's unfortunate. Yeah, hopefully they'll fix it. It seems like the patch came out with a bunch of bugs and tuning, but at least they addressed it. At least they apologized for it, and at least they're like, okay, we're fixing it, guys. This multi-penny company is fixing it, guys. Trust me, we got you. Haha. They'll just do Blade's Edge, boys. They'll just do Blade's Edge so we can have some fun with the bridge. I like the bridge map. We gotta go with the bridge. Let's do the bridge. Why are rogues complaining? True. Rogue garbage. Part of the class fantasy, though. Do it. Yeah, do it. You won't. Do it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Don't you worry. Don't you worry your pretty little head. I get one charge. Okay, let's see if we can get ourselves another one going here, boys. Switch. Got ourselves a squad here. It's going to be a little bit hard to see them, but we got ourselves a guy named Anon, Saya, Curdy, Lemonade, and Zuka. Over on the other team, we got ourselves a side switch up with Rest in Hell on the Havoc, not Devourer. which I'm surprised by. I guess Rustin Hell does have a preference. Rick on that team, Pensala, Nesposhka, and Adaby. I'm gonna try my best to try to keep the camera as steady as I can. By the way, I really do miss my ability to like track people properly, but those are broken. All it does now is if I try to track people, it just reverses my camera movement. If I'm moving backwards, it'll make me go forward. If I'm moving left, it'll make me go right. And there's only one way to track it, but the tracking that they have is too awkward looking. Like real awkward. Not smooth at all. Rick is going to be first up. I think I'll still try to figure out who's going to be first up over that team, and it's going to be Lemonade. Hey, I am interested how this is going to go, because last time Lemon fought versus Rick, it went in Lemon's favor. Got himself a big backflip, all damage. Rick bunkering down instantly to get himself a bit of the reflect damage in case there was going to be follow-up. That's going to be Lemon jumping up and top on next to him. Trinket to follow, Mortical does connect, got himself a bunch of pets together with the Tyrant. This is where Lemon is going to have to be very, very careful, because this is going to be burst out for Rick. Able to go for big shifts just to make sure he catches up to Rick. Rick can't really outrun him all that easily. Does go for the gate where Lemonade's starting to take a little bit of damage, but he's able to at least stabilize, get himself some resources, get himself some passive healing as well. It looks like he's building up for a big metamorphosis. Rick will not have a trinket, does hit him with an AoE fear. This is where Rick is going to have to get a big lineup. Next stun lock by Lemonade, and he might be in a lot of trouble. Full meta is in play. Big burst, leaping in, trying to see if he can get an angle, instant casting, another big burst, trying to see if he can keep the pressure going. Big defenses on for Rick with a reflect. This is where Lemonade trying to see if he can fight through it. Still, actually does not have a stun anymore. I thought he did. Still got himself plenty of burst, plenty of damage. Every single one of the Reaper sites does a ton, needs a stun immediately. Maybe looking to drop a darkness here too. Still meta is available for a short few seconds. I don't know if he's got himself a big burst or anything available off of that. He's got some resources he can generate. Can build up a couple of souls back to back. Axos by the main pet with a big meteor coming down. Stun to follow. He's got himself a big burst. With Rick taking a decent bit of overall damage. Lemonade does go for a quick interrupt. Rick actually under a ton of pressure. Does give himself a massive shield. Lemonade full meta yet again. Trying to see if he has another go. Backflip to make sure he doesn't get CC'd. Through the wall. Trying to see if he can fight right through it. Rick barely alive goes in for a drain, but that's all he's got. Fear back into Lemon. Just trying to see you keep him at bay. I think he's going to go for a shift here. Opener. Yeah. He's going to try to go for movement. I don't know. Did big gateway yet again? Lemon trying to see if he catch up to him. Does get the angle. He just needs a little bit more damage. Just a little bit more. Axel stops him, but Lemon recovered all that health. As if Ray cannot just take him down to like from 100 to 0 in a consistent go, Lemon can recover a ton of health, whether it is from souls of those demons that he's slain, or from the immolation aura, or devour aura, whatever, soulfire aura. I don't remember what's it called. Unfortunately, Rick does end up going for a port on that hunt. So that hunt is not able to connect, but I'm pretty sure Lemonade's still able to go for the big cleave. And it's perfectly fine sitting back there, just consuming, building resources off of that main pet. Try to see if he can build up for another meta. Wish you could track how close he is to getting meta though, but does get himself that big cleave to follow. Reap right after. Try to see if he can keep the pressure going. Reflect out for Rick. Has himself a port. Looks like he's going to try to see if he can save it. Imprison for a second, but it breaks really, really quickly. Stun to follow. Does he go for meta? Doesn't go for meta just yet. Rick does get himself one last shield. Mortical and Lemonade with a full meta. Ready to go. Big burst. Is Rick able to escape? Oh, just right on top into a big cleave. Does pick up a little bit of heals. Rick barely alive. This is where Lemon just needs a little bit more damage. Fear is going to be full. That meta is just going to get run out for a little bit. I don't know if Lemon has any burst to follow up right after. Maybe he could use that burst onto these pets at this point. He just needs a good line of sight. Rick is way down below. Lemon, oh, he's going to go for consumes. Try to see if he can build up some more resources. I don't know if Rick's got himself another port or anything at all. Does hit him with a quick fear. Try to get a better angle, but Rick so far is super behind. Big reflect in case he can reflect some of those cosmic hits. I don't know if Lemon is able to get it next to him. It's right next to him. It's over. My God. I haven't seen this kind of like a close match. Rick actually getting put in the back foot is not something you observe all that often. That's going to be Rest in Hell up next as a Havoc Demon Hunter versus Devourer is going to get him in prison. Hunt to follow. Got himself a bit of damage as well. Lemon with a hunt of his own is going to get some burst also. Backflip it out of there. This is where he's going to be in prison by Rest in Hell. Stun right after Lemonade. I don't know if he's got anything to live with us. He does have a stun. He does have a blur. I don't know if he's got any heals. He's going to get himself a quick charge. He needs a meta of his own. He needs a meta of his own right here, right now, if at all. He needs a bit of that burst damage. He's saving that stun, so it looks like he's saving it for Rest in Hell once he has meta of his own. But he just needs a bit more resources. Sigil and Misery doesn't quite connect. Reaps Architecture to fly through him. He's throwing in the glaives. Next stun, I think, could potentially be the winner here. Meta out for Rested Hell. He's gonna backflip out of it. He's got himself full meta. He needs to do the burst right now. Rested Hell could be in a lot of trouble. Does he have the damage? Predator's Wake. Is that gonna be enough? Rested Hell cut up a ton of health out of nowhere. It's gonna be Leo just trying to see if you can run him out a little bit. Big blade dances out, but Rested Hell is doing the numbers. Lemonade needs a heal right here, right now. Darkness is the only thing he's got, but looks like Rested Hell is able to catch up to him. Last minute. Man, that is so rough. And Rested Hell with immediate hunt to follow. Got himself the combo versus Zuko. Rested Hell healed a ton there. I think he did use a Warlock Hellstone, which is allowed if you have Warlock in your team. That is allowed. But man, was that a ton of burst. And taking out Zuko just like that. Zuko threw his full burst. Rested Hell, I don't even know if he blurred it. I think he just fought right through it. He just took it on a chin natty. Didn't even care about it. He just fought right through it. Letting Leech heal him through the damage. Damn. Yeah, Demon Hunters and Devourer, everybody's definitely talking about Devourer, but look at Havoc. Look, he just stole a soul fragment from Anon, charged in, picked up a lot of healing, got himself full metamorphosis. Is going to be stun totem, backflipping out of there to avoid the stun totem. Going to be full burst out for Anon, trying to catch up to Rest, who's gotta go for a stun as soon as the Shaman drops down. And look at the burst to follow up. He's got himself another glaive as well. So your next combo is going to be massive. If you can combine it together with an I-beam, it's going to be huge. Technically could just go with a metamorphosis, but looks like he's delaying it. He's got himself maybe a go. Possibly. Hex. He's going to backflip to minute into a full I-beam. Does he have the combo? Try to see if he can make it happen, but it's going to be burned down for Anon. Try to see if he can back up out of there. Playing very, very defensively, but it's going to be yet another hunt. Big setup out, but Rested Hell to take it down. Anon like it was nothing. With Saya second to last charging out versus Rest, who doesn't have a trinket, unfortunately. Very, very soon he'll have one. Sigil of Misery, making sure the Paladin does not rush him. Is going to throw a glaive within a prison. Rested Hell is going to have to be very, very careful with his self-killing. I-beam from afar is going to get a charge in. He's got himself the big glaive combo. So it's going to be a huge burst on the Saya, and it's going to let Rested Hell heal up a ton of health. Another glaive going to throw in. Anytime he gets to the purple glaive effect, that's where you know his next combo of Blade Dance, as well as Chaos Strike, is going to do a ton of damage and give him soul fragments. So he's going to do a lot of healing. Rested Hell trying to see if he can get himself a better angle versus Saya throwing the glaives, charging in yet another I-beam. He's got himself another combo. I think he's expecting a stun out from Saya at this point. He's got to be expecting one, right? Yeah, at least it's a blind. Probably going to be a stun. Most likely a trinket on Rested Hell. Does he need it? He does go for the trinket. Stun back to Saya. Saya with the trinket as well. Rested Hell is going to have to be very, very careful with the amount of damage he's taking. Anytime he uses Fell Rush, by the way, that's going to give him a small shield to deal with some of that dot damage he's taking, which is exactly what he needs. Hunt to follow. That's going to give him an opportunity here. I-beam right after him within a prison to make sure Saya has nowhere to go. Hand of freedom for Saya so you can keep on rushing away. But it's going to be lots of healing for Rested Hell just through the raw damage. Could go for a full metamorphosis if he wanted to. He still got that in the back pocket. If he can somehow line a meta on a Hodge from Saya, that would be perfect because then you'd immune that Hodge completely, but still lands the Hodge. Rested Hell is under a ton of pressure. Does go for another I-beam. That's going to give him more leech. I think you may have to go for a metamorphosis here. Here goes the meta. Now it's an opportunity for you to make something happen. Unless you can meld, unless you can pop I-beam. You can't really heal from him right now. You can only do so much while Bubble is active, but he's got full meta still inside. He's got nothing left. No spell word, no pop. I think it's over, and Rested Hell takes it. Oh my god. And I think it was against the Shadow Priest. That Shadow Priest Curdy is like, you know what? Ain't even worth it. Ain't even worth it. I know the Cosmic Devourer Demon Hunter is the popular one, but Rested Hell, he's still making it work. He's still making it work. Oh my god. He healed as much as he did damage. That's crazy. Lemon did a lot of damage, by the way. Jesus. In the one person he fought, 4 million? Lordy. That was a ton. I feel like people forgot how good Havoc Demon Hunter can be. Everybody's on that Devourer, but Havoc is still really good. Really, really, really good. I think it was 106, 206. There we go. Alrighty, boys. That was wonderful. Beautiful duels. So with that being said, I'll call it for now. Let's give you a too much healing after the patch has become even tankier than Havoc, which is absurd. I don't know. Havoc looked pretty tanky there, right? Havoc won that one. Havoc looked pretty damn tanky. But we'll call it. Thank you all, boys, for coming by. Appreciate you so much for watching. We're going to end the duels for the night. We are done for the evening, friend. Goodbye for helping out. I don't like to heal for that much passively. paladins. Do paladins really need more healing? Problem is this heal is passive for who? Devourer or Havoc? Which one? Is Havoc slept on or okay? It's a little slept on, I think. I think it's really good on 1v1. It's okay for like everything else. It's pretty decent, but it's very slept on for 1v1 in particular. Devour. Oh, okay. The more pets I have, the more passive healing he gets. Ah, okay. Yeah. That's for Havoc. Yeah, pretty sure Havoc was the one that gets Unleash healing. Devour, I'm pretty sure, only heals through souls. And soul. Immolation aura. Or whatever the aura is. Thanks for Duels. Super fun, man. Super fun. You guys have a wonderful one. Thank you so much for watching. We got Duels tomorrow for the region of NA. But for now, I'm going to go get some to eat. Get some work done. And play. Since Monster Should got 100 get nerfed, I want to see if they're not as bad as they used to be. But we'll see. But yeah, you guys have a wonderful one. I'll catch you all in the next stream. Alrighty, boys. Alrighty. Peace.
Like a diamond from gold. Maybe you are something I cannot define. Maybe you are the fallen kind. I lay in bed with violence, the silent side of me. We see where fire starts to breathe. When I would lay in silence, the voice inside of me made me use my mind right. Made me use my mind right. When I would lay in silence, the voice inside of me made me use my mind right. Made me use my mind right.
Oh, did you cry when I found you in the night? Staying up till 5 a.m. Told me you and him were friends. Woke up in a burning home. Blame myself, I should have known. The stain of light sealed our fate, buried in the catacombs. Setting fire to the life we made. Such a fucking waste of time. Said you love me till my heart decays. Guess my darling changed her mind. And talks my heart online. Too afraid to find that you changed your mind from sleepless nights. Was I part of your design? Push me till I broke alone. No one heard my heart explode. It's a suicide dive, just knowing you die and question everything you know. Setting fire to the life we made. Such a fucking waste of time. Said you love me till my heart decays. Guess my darling changed her mind. And talks my heart online.